You don't remember the fight where it was like the tiger paw people and then toenail clipper and it's like, yeah.
Yep. Why is it a toenail clipper?
It looks like a giant toenail clipper.
This is a giant magnet, pretty much.
It's a giant magnet.
They even showcase it like leaning against the wall when it did flashback.
That toenail clipper, filer, whatever you call it.
It's a magnet, bro.
Bro, how did you use it as a magnet?
It has the N and S on there. Well, what else would that be? North, south and north.
Yeah, nails and
nail salon. It's the nail salon.
Nail salon.
You're listening to the Anime Izakaya Podcast, a weekly anime show where we discuss the current season of anime airing. This season, we're talking about My Hero Academia, Vinland Saga, Sword Art Online, and more. That's coming up next on the Anime Izakaya Podcast. Now let's get started with the show. What's up, everyone, and welcome to the Anime Izakaya Podcast, week 11 of the fall 2019 season. I'm your host, David, and on this panel today, we have Stratton.
Hey, team.
Next up, we have Brian.
What up, boys?
Next up, we have Ku.
Well, hello there.
And then next up, we have Taylor.
Hello.
And finally, we have Sasha.
안녕하세요.
All right. So before we get started, just a couple pieces of news we want to get out of the way first. So just basically reconfirming when a bunch of shows are going to be airing. So we got Promise Neverland Season 2. It's going to start up on October. So that'll be exciting. Then we also got the second half of the Shokugeki no Souma season. That's going to start in April. And then we also got Kaguya-sama Season 2 starting in April. So these are all just recently announced. And we look forward to discussing those when these shows air during that time.
I'm not sure about Kaguya-sama, but sure.
We're definitely talking about Kaguya-sama. You can fuck off, Sven.
All right, man. Okay, jeez.
Yikes.
And now we're headed right away to Hero Academia. I just want to give props to Ku, because I'm pretty sure he was the one last week that called Toga being part of the temp squad. So,
called it. It's all about
Ku.
them stockings, sir. I can tell them stockings from anywhere.
What the fuck, man?
So congrats, Ku. You get top preps. You get top honors for calling it.
Good job, man.
Thank you.
So we got Toga and Twice as the temp squad, as the title says. Just basically team up with the Hasakai from League of Villains. And
For now.
I just want to say too, one thing is really weird when Rappa just like comes up and he's like, "Hey, we're gonna heal you and we're gonna heal you up just so I can fight you to the death." Even though
that dude respects honor, and I respect that, man, for respecting that.
I like this guy.
I like him.
He keeps
He's like
real.
It's just like, man, I know this guy like interfered with the barriers, so it's like, let's heal up and try again.
well, even before that too, like the only reason why he's in the Hasai group is because Chisaki killed him like 5 times and then brought him back to life, which is really weird.
Yeah, so this guy Overhaul is so busted. He can legit kill you and put you back together like nothing happened.
Was that confirmed before this episode?
That's what I thought before. Like I thought like he could bring like, you know, like their, because I thought that's with the girl. I thought they were taking her. Or they were either taking her blood or like body parts or something, and then just like
they only showed Chisaki, like they only showed him just taking people apart. They didn't show him ever putting anyone back together, so I didn't know that's what his power was.
Yeah.
And then with that being said, like since everything beforehand was just kind of assumptions, this guy can legit basically kill you and put you back together. So I'm assuming he can, with what David said earlier, maybe like the drug or whatever they're producing, maybe it is like parts of like the Ares or whatever the little girl's name is.
Could be.
Yeah, because like that's an insane ability. If you can do that and bring someone back to life, like that's insane. Like how strong this guy is.
I think I'm thinking like part of the restrictions. I think you have to put everything back together for it to work. Because I don't know, it seems OP just to like if he could like take away if he's using Ares like blood for the drug, I mean take that away and still put it back together. I don't know, unless he can do that, it just causes like a bunch of pain because literally parts of her body gets taken out. I don't know.
Yeah,
what if he messes up putting you back together, like a Mr. Potato Head? You know, if you get like the arm
yeah, what
nose
if like
I wonder if that happens, or if it just like it's just perfectly reconstructed again.
They better do a backstory on him that shows him as a child messing that up on like stuffed animals.
It seems kind of dark, but yeah, seems
Dude,
right.
stuffed animal.
I could have said live animals.
I know. I was gonna say.
Sure.
Could have been way worse.
But he did it at least 5 times to that fighter dude. So
yeah, shoulder guy with broken shoulders.
Right. So he seems to have it like on point. Like he can't really seem to mess up.
Wait, what shoulder guy? What?
Rappa.
Oh,
gotcha. Rappa.
Yeah, because he fought Rappa and did it to him 5 times, and that's why he joined him. So he seems to have perfect control over his quirk. And as of right now, there's really no limitations that we know of yet to his quirk.
I guarantee you there's a time limit for him.
Time
feels like that's the
what do you mean?
Yeah. Time limit, like he can only do that like once every 24 hours. Kind of like what's the glasses guy name?
Night-Eye.
Night-Eye?
Yeah, Night-Eye, thank you.
I was thinking more like a time limit after he kills somebody.
Oh.
I mean, how long can somebody lay in pieces on the floor before they're a goner?
Before those consequences?
Yeah.
That's true.
It kind of like reminds me of
time.
Reminds me of was it Pain? When he had like that thing where he could only do like what was it, like that ability where he pulls everything to you? Was it?
Oh yeah, yep.
There's some sort of ability where the guy can only do it like for like once, and there was like like a 5, 10, 15 second window where you could actually do stuff.
From Naruto?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, universal pull and push. There's a 5-second time delay.
Oh, 5 seconds.
Like,
okay.
Who is this Pain person
from
right?
Academia?
That Naruto shit out of here, sir. This is Hero Academia.
I should have been more specific with you, scrubs.
I was the only guy who knew.
All right, bro. Let's calm down. All right.
Thank you.
There's no need to be name calling out here. All right.
All right. My bad.
Or at least coming from Stren. It's like the last person you want to hear that from.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Right? Gosh.
but of like his Overhaul's henchman, I think Rappa is really the only one that I've actually liked. And I like how basically this guy like just doesn't give a shit about him, and he just starts telling Facom like his like the guy's plans.
Oh yeah, I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah. I love the fact that he just kicked that guy too. He's like, "Shut up! You can't even put up a barrier." And pow! Yeah. He's pretty much on his own, and he even admitted, he goes, "The only reason I'm on this crew is because I could never beat this guy. So what am I to do? Die or join his crew?" So I was like, whatever. I died 5 times.
I mean, he told them about their plans, but it didn't seem that complicated. Just like, oh, we just need money to distribute drugs. Like, I don't know why that was so hard to figure out in the first place.
Yeah.
Listen, man, it's anime plots, okay?
Agreed.
And
You gotta be sure
more
everybody
complex.
understands.
All right.
It's more complex than that, but I guess they were going with the basic route. But am I the only guy that thinks that Kirishima is about to be the first death or casualty?
No,
I don't think so.
No,
I
not anytime
refuse to
soon.
believe that.
I mean, the guy's basically half dead already. So I mean,
Yeah, it's long.
I'll use
overdue.
every cover.
well, so you say?
I mean, well, he led him to like the first aid and everything.
Yeah,
so
the
it's
first
like,
aid place.
That'd be kind of weird to lead him to the first aid and just to kill him.
Right, right. But get this right. So they know the plan, and Kirishima's like all like has his adrenaline rush going. He's going to do his best to be the guy that goes forward, not be scared, intimidated, and stay back. So what if when they finally see Overhaul, like Red Riot just charges in and he gets blown the fuck up, right?
All right.
What
I'm gonna
if?
be honest. I'm pretty sure Kirishima's done for the rest of the season.
Yeah, I think he had
But
2
done
episodes
like
already,
dead
man.
done?
No,
Yeah,
like
dead
he's
done,
probably gonna be
yeah.
resting until like this little
Oh,
mini
yeah.
arc is over.
Oh yeah, for sure. And like maybe he would have died, but he had 2 episodes, not 1. If it was only 1, I'd be worried.
True.
Guys, I got a crazy theory, but hear me out. I think when he's alone in that bed, Fat Cum is gonna show up with a big sock, and he's gonna be like, "Don't you ever make me look bad like that again." And then I think you see the heart rate monitor be like beep 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 beep.
Dude, but
Oh,
but
You guys, I learned today that people actually ship Fat and Kirishima, so I don't think that's gonna be a thing.
wait, what? What the
Yeah.
hell?
oh god.
It's a legit ship, you guys.
Mhm. I
Oh
hope
my
it's
goodness.
it's skinny form.
I haven't read it. I don't know. Can't confirm.
Oh,
Sorry, why would you
yeah.
even think that? That's
but
horrible.
Kirishima saved Fat Gum in a sense, or actually, we'll save them both. But
Bro, fat guys need loving too, bro. That's fucked up.
I mean,
Yeah, I don't know. Someone's going from that crew. I wouldn't mind if that lock guy died, honestly, but no one would care about his death.
Oh wait,
Which one?
He might be dead.
He
but
might be
Lockdown
dead.
got more. He got more airtime.
I was so rooting for his death today. I was like, just leave him there.
Dude, and I told you he can stop the walls.
Dude, I didn't
That's
know.
true.
Well, yeah, but then he says he can only stop like a small section, but then he stops all of it. It's like, what is your limit?
No. He didn't stop all. He stopped like the section that they're in. But yeah, he couldn't control the entire like basement, and he had to touch
what was
like
up ahead,
each
yeah.
side. Yeah, like he had to touch like the left, right, up, down, whatever. But
I guess, yeah.
yeah, see, this
Speaking
guy wasn't
of-
useless. He was actually useful in this scenario.
Dude, yeah, I was gonna say this guy. There's no way that he's gonna be useless ever again.
Right.
This is the only scenario that played out for him, and then that's
You mean
that's gonna be
useful?
it.
Or
Wait,
useful,
what?
yeah.
Oh, useful. Yeah.
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 I don't know. I just look at him and I'm like, man, there's something off with this guy. And after however many episodes he's been in, I finally
2.
realized it. He is basically, he looks like Robin, but Jamaican. That's it. Like literally, I'm like, I hate you. Your stupid color scheme, and you look just like fucking Robin. I hate Robin. Always ruin Batman. So
I was gonna say, dude, I'm pretty sure. I don't know, man. Robin may have been cooler than this guy.
What?
Nah, man.
That came out
This
of nowhere.
guy just locks walls and then throws throws cardboard.
Yeah, what does Robin do? You get kidnapped by the Joker?
Oh,
Or
fair.
fucking R on his chest?
Fair enough.
Whoa,
Oh,
that came out of nowhere.
that got real.
Tell me how you
Sorry,
really feel.
I had flashbacks, and it's just terrible.
Oh god.
Also, okay, so I gotta say, when Rappa admitted, he's like, "Yeah, I used to be part of MMA." I was like, "Bro, mixed martial arts is not like some dark crime organization. It's literally
It is in this
a
world.
world." Yeah, international sport. Like he's like, "You guys know what MMA is? It's pretty bad." I'm like, "Bro,
No, I thought it was dumb
This
because
is Japan, man.
yeah, well, I thought it was dumb because you're having MMA in a world of quirks. That's cheating. Like, there's so many times like people could just cheat each other with their quirks in like MMA. Like, how would you ever have like actual legit MMA fight?
That's like saying it's dumb to have a police force in a quirk world. You might as well just have like a legit quirk police force rather than the normal police force.
Well, I'm
Yeah,
sure they have
but-
to have a separate league for this shit because there's even
Right.
been talks in MMA where like I forgot what it was, but one fighter was changing sexes, and so it was like male going to female, and they're like, dude, the bone density, the muscle density alone is an advantage, and that shouldn't be allowed. So I can only imagine this must have been like an MMA organization for people with quirks only, because you put a human in there.
Still,
It's-
like it's just
Yeah,
Yeah,
if I'm
they
I
did.
don't know if
deaf.
you want to watch just because like some quirks are way better than others, so it's just
I mean, you're not wrong, but shit, I'd pay to see that. Like,
Yeah, I would
imagine
watch
All
that.
Might stepping into the ring. Yo, let's beat some motherfuckers down. Let's go.
I would too.
but-
I'm not gonna lie, but just the way he said it, he's like, MMA, like the fuck, like some secret society that goes out and like murders children at every other night.
I mean it's Japan. Even though they love wrestling, I don't know. I guess MMA is too hardcore for them.
Dude, they had
Yeah.
they had pride. That was
Yeah,
like,
that's
Pride was nasty.
Yeah.
Like, it was bad.
really dumb question. What was Rappa's quirk again? Was it just him
Oh,
fighting,
man.
punching?
I think
Yeah,
it
it
is.
was some
It's-
shit with the shoulders.
Yeah, it translates to something shoulder. So he probably
Oh,
just
the
could
fuck?
produce mass amounts of power from his arms.
Okay,
Mm.
yeah, because I don't remember what that was. That's the one
I
thing
love-
I'm kind of blanking on.
Mm.
I love all the random facts they give us during those transition screens where it's like birthday, likes to eat takoyaki.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, you just got a little closer to the characters.
Yeah.
I know. I'm waiting for my birthday to come up, but no one seems to share it, so I hate the show.
I'm gonna look it up later up, not the podcast. I just want to see Hero Academia birthdays. I just want to see if mine lands on anybody's.
Dude, Sasha, what if your birthday was the same as Bubble Girl? Would you be pissed off?
Or Karishma.
Oh man. I don't. Oof, guys. Don't make me leave the show, okay? I mean, what are you gonna do? It happens. There's always people who share your birthday that are legends, and
When's your birthday, Sash?
The 13th of February.
Oh, just in the middle of two people. No one shares your stuff.
Oh, you fought already?
Yeah.
Oh,
okay. Shit.
Nice. I kind of want to know like later on. Does anybody else? What are your guys' thoughts on Twice and the other girl?
Himiko?
Yes.
Or Toga? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd have sex with both of them.
Oh, okay. Wait, which side of Twice? Which one?
Okay. Definitely the mask on, bro. Mask on.
Definitely.
Looks like Paul Walker's retard cousin, but otherwise.
Jesus.
Oh, the man's dead, bro. Chill. Holy shit.
Listen, man. I'm not talking about the man. I'm talking about his cousin. It's not. The same.
Right. Of course.
Yeah.
We don't know if he's dead.
They're already suffering, bro. Relax. Leave their family alone.
Bro, it's been 2 years, man. You got me.
It's been way longer than 2 years.
Longer than 2 years.
I was happy to see them back, but I do have a serious question about them, which is we saw cutscenes to Tomoda telling them that he trusts them and he wants them to gain the trust of the Yakuza, et cetera, and he trusted them to, have those people like them and to gain, familiarity with them. But then they kind of screwed that guy in the walls over. And or they were like trying to piss him off. And so I'm wondering, like, did they break that trust? Like, what was the point of that whole scene? I just feel like I missed it. Was there any significance there? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Towards the end of the episode when he shoves him into that tunnel.
I think they were just doing it to get him mad to go all out, I guess, rather than to be cautious and reserve his powers.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Like basically, because already like the hand guy like already sees that whole side is just useless. So he's basically like, if you're working with them, might as well just pull everything out from them.
Yep, just make use of them.
Okay.
But I don't know. I don't know if like when the cord snapped or like what happened. Like if it, I mean, I would assume like the guy said like his like the power up thing was going to be running out soon, but it lasted the entire episode. It seemed like. So I'm not quite sure
where anime time for you.
Yeah, so I don't know where this is actually going to end.
It's just like, I got five minutes to destroy it before the planet explodes. 20 episodes later, it's still not exploded.
Yeah.
Speaking of, excited for the next episode when things seem to move right along.
Yeah,
onto the
final
showdown.
I think so. Yeah.
What's the preview for next episode? Because I'm a no preview guy.
Lemillion.
Yeah, Toga finally catches up with Chisaki, and I guess they're gonna fight.
Yep.
It
seems really intense.
Henchman's gonna fight. So
yeah, dude, he finally has like a serious face. He doesn't have that derpy face anymore in that preview.
I love it. I don't even know what this guy does, but I'm already a fan of this guy.
Wait, you don't know what he does?
You don't. I know like he goes like through walls and stuff, but we haven't actually seen him in a legitimate fight besides like with the first years.
I guess, but
we've seen that. We've seen him running, and that's about it.
That's all you need, man.
Dude, this shit's about to go down, bro.
I'm ready. My body's ready.
He's this guy's dodging bullets.
Wait, so Sasha, you think this is the guy that's going to go out first?
That's him. And then, as a result, Kirishima will have heart failure because he's like, no, how can he die? And then said to Peter, it'll be the 100th year he's been alive. He has to shed his shell or whatever the hell they do.
Shed his shell.
This it goes wrong and he can't breathe because the shell hard over his mouth.
It gets caught. Yep. Oh, that'd be a terrible way to go.
Yeah, but
not for a centipede.
Was anyone else surprised at how strong Nightwing or Night Eye was? Because
actually, yes,
that man is fit.
Was he actually part of the MMA scene? Maybe he was part of the MMA scene.
Dude, he's hard.
Dude, he's got a solid like 8-pack down there, dude.
For real.
Now,
And it's
he's
because
that
he carries
deceptive
those
guy,
5
man.
kilogram seals or whatever.
Yeah, and he was
Yeah.
holding like fucking 4 of them in one hand. That's like, what is that? 20
40
kilograms?
pounds?
It's like 40-something pounds in one hand.
Yeah. This dude's a fucking ripped ass nerd or whatever.
Shit.
Everybody thought he was useless. This motherfucking just knock your ass out.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
gotta
it kind of makes
apologize.
sense, right? Like, if you have to get up close to someone, you gotta have some kind of like taijutsu or some kind of close combat abilities.
Yeah, that's true. What do you apologize for, Sasha?
Yeah, I totally thought he was not useless, but I just hated his character.
I think that's
Yeah.
all. of us.
Now, because he has the 6-pack, I completely changed my mind. So
Is that all you
he's
need?
won me over. Dude, that scene where he dodges the kick and it tears off that shirt, I was like, oh damn, man. that scene said everything. Once you can do that and just still stay that fit in the middle of that action, oh man.
Mm-hmm.
No, but honestly, this just makes him 8,000 times more badass in anime terms.
Right.
Because I just pictured him like his special ability is to, see what people did and then staple papers for the rest of his life. And that didn't sound that exciting. Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree.
So my body is ready, man. That was hot.
Yeah, I just hope the next few episodes keep up this pace, because if it goes downhill from here, I don't know if I can keep interest in this arc.
I think it's gonna go up. I mean, even like the previews for next episode, it looks
I think we're still gonna get like a break, because I still think Shishaki's gonna get away, and then we're gonna have like maybe a downtime before they try to find him.
God, yeah. I hope not, but nice.
Oh.
Yeah, like Hero Academia is supposed to continue to the next season, right?
I think it is. They didn't like say anything, but I think they usually like done like 2 seasons straight. So
Yeah.
So I'm gonna assume that's gotta keep going into the winter season.
Good. I'm okay with that.
All right. Was there anything else you want to say for this episode?
I mean, there's so much, honestly, because I feel like there's so much going on that I don't know if we can put it all in this podcast or this recording session. Because then it turns out that I didn't really think about it, but Toga might have been that one girl at the U8 or the hero license.
Yeah,
she was.
She was.
They reveal it to it at the very end of the season.
Yeah.
Oh, did
they? They even showed it. They showed it again in the episode too.
Yeah, that's what
she was there to, because she grabbed Deku's blood.
Yeah, I completely forgot about that, and I didn't know if it played a big part in this role. But if that was the case, why didn't she come out as like Deku and like try to?
I'm not sure. I think they'll probably say that for later. Like, but that's a trump card she has so far. She has his blood, so she can transform to him anytime.
Yeah, and now she's got Eraserhead's blood too. Because didn't think.
I don't think she grabbed the knife though.
Oh, she didn't?
Because she got knocked away, and I'm pretty sure that knife fell next to them.
Are you sure?
Like, on their side of the wall. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, was that Eraserhead's own knife that he?
Yeah, I was actually shocked that he had a knife.
I was so confused by that scene because that guy gets stabbed. She has the knife, and I thought she was gonna go stab Deku, but then he pulls out the knife. I was like, "What just happened here?" So I couldn't follow that one as well.
Yeah, I just think she's really lame. I think they're making her look more epic than she actually is.
I don't know. Like, I didn't realize she was that crazy with a knife. Just like literally, I didn't think we see people getting stabbed in this show. Like,
I mean, come on, you're gonna tell me that bitch jukes Aizawa? Come on.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, it's not like she killed him. She just nicked him.
No, but still, like, Aizawa was way too badass. Like, and this chick just seems, I don't know, she just seems really lame. I mean,
like most of his powers comes from stopping people's quirks. Like, I guess it wouldn't be that much of a stretch to think that some high school girl is more of like has more like agility just to juke.
I think it's a huge stretch.
Yeah, she seems to be a lot more strong in this episode than before.
Yeah,
she's got that crazy fun personality where, like, if you met her at a coffee shop, you're like, "Wow, you're interesting." But then she'd probably like do LSD in the evening. Like, okay, I'm out. But
yeah,
there's something about. I think because most villains just have that like same monotone, like, "I hate life, I'm gonna kill you," and she's like, "Hey, it's Deku." I'm like, yeah, I'm actually a fan of her, so I'm not gonna lie. Okay. By the way, if anyone has any other comments on her, please intervene. But it's just me. Or did they mention that toenail guy with the filer or whatever, toenail filer that died in the first episode, that's a girl?
Yeah, it's a transgender, I believe.
Wait, are you kidding me?
No, it's because it's transgender. Because that's what they made like the opposite. Like, was it like the plus and minus and stuff like that? Like that, like because since she was transgender, she could do both. She could do both. So,
wait, what?
Okay. I don't know if anybody can explain this better than me.
We're talking about file lady, right? Toenail clipping lady, whatever her name is.
The one with the giant magnet, right?
The one that got blown up?
Yeah, big magnet or whatever.
So that was a guy girl?
Yes.
That was a guy girl,
okay.
Yes.
Okay, that totally threw me off. I thought it was just a guy with big lips and sunglasses. And then like your sister or girlfriend died. I was like, wait, what? I don't remember this person being a chick.
Bro, they even had like a little like
you guys
monologue.
Focus on. Like, I don't even remember this. What are you?
Dude,
what
I'm
are
just
you
saying, like, you don't remember the fight where it was like the tiger paw people and then toenail clipper and it's like, yeah.
Why is it a toenail clipper?
It looks like a giant toenail clipper.
Isn't it a giant magnet, pretty much?
It's a giant magnet.
They even showcase it like leaning against the wall when it did flashback.
That toenail clipper, filer, whatever you call it.
It's a magnet, bro.
Bro, how did you ever use it as a magnet?
It has the N and S on there. What else would that be? South and North.
Yeah, nails and
nail salon. Is that what you're talking about? It's the nail salon.
Nail salon.
Not only are you offending transgenders everywhere, but holy shit, toenail.
When did they make it explicit? See, big sis mag. What
yeah. Because like before, like during that episode where she died, they even did like a little flashback, like with Double and Big Sis Meg talking on a bench about their problems.
Did they just make this shit up? Did it always have the red and blue on there?
Yeah, it was on there.
It was always there.
Holy
Did she have it wrapped up in something else? Like, oh, man, this character is so confusing.
Maybe that's just you, Sasha.
Because they had that ridiculous like 10-second flashback of this characters, and like even the person he was talking to was hella transgender.
Oh,
man. It was just like it was just so confusing. Like, what? Do you remember that?
Who's the other transgender?
Dude, that was the only one.
No.
Only one, right?
Confirmed transgender character in the series.
All right, hold on. Let me show you this.
No, because there was another character, and it was like 15-second flashback that they had right before she died, and it was just like it was just so kind of like out of nowhere, and it seemed like it didn't really make any sense because we really knew nothing of the character, and then just the person blew up after that. But no, like the reason like why like that's transgender.
That's not a transgender. I thought he just really liked cats.
I'm pretty sure that's a dude that just likes cats.
Yeah.
See, I remember him
For
fighting
all
that
who are
guy.
wondering, we're talking about somebody named Yawara Chatora.
The Puri Puri cat guy.
Yeah. So I remember Puri Puri cat guy, and they fought toenail clipper guy, girl, whatever.
Yes.
Toenail. Okay.
But I just don't remember toenail ever explicitly being said it was a girl. I don't know. It was so confusing.
I don't know it was in that flashback, I believe.
Well, yeah, the thing is, I don't think they straight up said it, but they referenced it in a way where they when she first used the magnet ability because where it could make it like a positive or a negative charge to basically shoot them away from him.
Oh,
I
don't remember any of that.
Her. Okay, we'll just say her. Okay. Where it's like that was back when when they were rescuing when they were rescuing Bakugo.
Mm.
That's when I think they referenced it, or they had like the mic guy that comes in, they talks about the quirk.
Yeah,
I think that's when they first basically kind of like gave it out. I think.
Oh jeez.
The most confusing thing ever.
I'm just saying, Stren, like the reason why you're struggling with like the pronoun. That's why we have pronouns, because you're struggling so hard with it.
Yeah, I know. It's just basically I keep saying like back and forth because it's like it's transgender, but yet the person.
That's why pronouns are a thing, because you keep struggling with it.
Yeah, man. It's like it's just as good as like they them.
That's exactly why we have the pronouns, because you struggle with he, she right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Female, got it. All right. I
Okay.
apologize, Big Six
From now
Mag.
on-
I did not know you had a magnet this whole time.
Yeah, from now on, I will. If we ever reference this, if we ever reference her again, I will say she.
Okay, good.
So.
You should.
Also, for
I will, man.
clarification
I will.
for earlier,
Yeah.
Toga, she did drop her knife that had Eraserhead's blood on it. So
Okay, so she shouldn't have.
yeah, she shouldn't have
Yeah.
it because she dropped on their side of the wall.
Okay.
Okay.
Man,
Oh, also, what was
you
the
learn something new every day.
I know, right? Even though we watched the episode.
Today.
Yeah.
And what was the significance of Decay's face being shown? Was there anything significant?
I don't know. I
there,
didn't get that
other than
part
just
at all
showing the
either.
face?
Wait, whose face?
Like
The hand guy. Have they shown his
hand guy?
face? Like,
no,
I think
not
that's
yet.
just showing trust, probably.
I mean, I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure we've seen this guy's face, like, or at least enough of it.
I think we saw
I
it
think-
when he was younger.
Right.
Oh,
but not
maybe.
ever since he became
Yeah.
a villain.
I suppose.
Like, was
Yeah.
there something I was supposed to look for, or was it just the fact that because
don't know.
of their face to show
I
that
think
I
the
trust
removal
you?
of it shows how much, he trusts them.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
how many people is he comfortable enough around to actually take off his hand and show them his
Right.
really dry chap face?
Yeah, no. I mean, to be honest, I thought that was a really lame moment, but
I actually like that moment. I'm not gonna lie, because
Yeah,
I thought
I
it
like
gave him some. Yeah,
okay.
because otherwise he's just like this boring hand face guy, and then he's like, "Yo, that's the villain's way of saying I love you guys," because they can't say that, otherwise they're gonna like stab each other to death.
Oh, that's
But-
true. Yeah. Okay.
Like he took off his hand and was like, "Guys, trust me," because you could tell they were struggling with the idea of going over to the other side.
Yeah.
And so he's like, no, I got your guys back. And they're like, no, you don't. And then he takes off his hand and goes, I do.
Yes, I do. Okay. All right. You've changed my mind.
I got you, man. Just like he needs some coconut oil.
Hell, he needs a lot. He needs a lot more than that.
You just see him buying Vaseline. That's how he starts as a criminal.
But I don't know. I think I'm just about done with this episode.
Yeah.
All right,
that's
yeah.
what I had.
Yeah, lots to go.
Yo,
Oh,
through.
next episode, man. Next episode, we finally get to see Lemillion, so there's gonna be some hype.
I just want to see Chisaki fight. So
Man, of course, you would go with the villain.
I just don't care about
Yo,
Toga.
I'm team David too. Toguka, he's expensive. So
Yeah, but he's the perfect counter to Chisaki because he can't be touched.
I like how Sasha is expendable, even though he was the original successor to All for
All
One.
Might. Yeah. All right, all for one.
One for all.
One for all. My bad.
One for All, yeah. I always confuse the two.
yeah, same.
All right, yeah. So yeah, we had a lot to go through this episode. So
Yeah.
next week should be exciting too. So we're looking
Hell
forward to it.
Yes.
I'm hyped.
We're just gonna head over to One Piece and heading over to Sasha.
All right, guys. Unfortunately, Peter has yet again failed us. The worst part is he told us he should get on tonight. He said 7 minutes. Okay, guys, 7 minutes. 7 minutes in Peter time is 2 hours. Okay.
This is over an hour ago.
Yeah, this is just terrible.
Yeah.
So One Piece. Let's get to the real deal, Holyfield. One Piece, 914, one of the most epic episodes. 915 didn't have the same level of animation as consistently. It did have some parts where you could tell the animation was extremely fluid and just very well done. Basically, what happens here is Luffy continues fighting Kaido, and everyone's just shocked. Everyone's shocked that Luffy's even putting up a fight. And basically, Luffy beats Kaido so badly that Kaido ends up reverting back to his original form. And then they go mano a mano, and Luffy just gets smashed to bits. Like basically one shot KO, bleeding out on the floor. And it's evacuation mode. So Law has to escape from there. He barely escapes. So now we see Kaido, and basically the preview, which I usually don't watch, but I was like, wait, what's going to happen here? Shows Luffy as a prisoner in the next episode. So this arc has gone the complete opposite direction of most arcs, where Luffy is the one who's taken, and now I assume they're going to show the rest of his crew is still alive, and they have to work their way to rescue him. So, man, I'm excited. I'm just glad it's a fresh breath of fresh air, because the pacing is on point. And I will say that the end of the episode did drag, because they just panned to Kaido's face for like 20 seconds, and then they panned to Luffy laying on the ground for 20 seconds, and then it was to be continued. So overall, though, enjoyable episode, and I love this arc. Absolutely love it. I'm ready for more.
Peter gonna be mad now that they actually have to actually focus on other characters?
That was my question. Like, have they shown like some of the rest of the crew alive then?
They have not. So it's been all Kaido and all Luffy so far. But to Peter's credit, he did call out and say Luffy. So Luffy jumped into this fight completely based off of emotion, and it showed that wrong move. Like early on, he let out a few good attacks, and Kaido was stunned. But in terms of actual damage done and causing a threat to Kaido, apparently absolutely nothing. So I don't think he will, because I think they're going to focus on Luffy as a prisoner a lot as well. So I think it's going to be interesting, because obviously Luffy's always been the focal point of the series and in pretty much every single arc. So now it's completely different, which I'm excited for.
Is he gonna finally learn how to use the sword?
No, I highly doubt it. If anything, he might have to take some in prison.
Okay.
Let's just say I heard Kaido. He got some other parts that can transform into a dragon.
Jesus.
Okay.
Yeah. So excited for it. And I think as long as they keep this up, this arc is going to go down as one of the best.
So
nice.
So for One Piece, like he's okay. Tell me again, how do you become the Pirate King, or like what's the whole deal about? Like, what's the end goal of One Piece? I keep forgetting. Like,
so the one thing Luffy always says is, "I'm going to become the king of the pirates," or Pirate King. And the way you do that is by finding One Piece, because One Piece gives you that power and that ultimate treasure. From what we know so far, there are a ton of powerful weapons related to One Piece, and some of these weapons actually can tell you where to find, or like which direction to go to find the, I guess, overall collection of One Piece. Now, I'm sure it's going to be something more than that, in terms of, it could be metaphorical. We don't know, but basically, end goal is defeat all the 4 major emperors to prove you're the baddest. Maybe collect One Piece and then fight off the government, which is, I think, the ultimate thing that Luffy would have to destroy in order to say, yeah, I'm truly the king of the world. But to be king of the pirates, obviously, he has to beat the 4 emperors.
okay, so, and like are they not close to getting the One Piece yet, or?
So I can tell you, I think Eiichiro Oda, the guy who created One Piece, said about 2 years ago that he was maybe like 65% done with the story. So I think they're getting very close to it. But how much they're gonna like milk and stretch this last, let's say, like 20 to 30%, I'm not sure, because I'm pretty sure the story is getting closer and closer toward the ending. Like I said, I just don't know how long they're gonna milk the arcs for.
All right, man, it's just 20 years, man, and you still haven't got a One Piece. I don't know, but
yeah, I mean, luckily for me, I haven't been in the game. When did I start my One Piece journey? I want to say like 2014 or 15. So much more recently than most One Piece fans, like Peter Manuel. So
okay.
yes. So it's not as bad for me. But then again, like, there's plenty of other anime out there that you watch that, you let a few episodes of One Piece build up, and you can marathon it. But I'm excited because my boy Brian is 70 episodes deep into the OP. So
I am. So anyone
if he
cares?
keeps up this
Waste
pace,
of time.
All right, let's chill out. All right. So
Brian,
70.
what are your thoughts on One Piece so far?
So I actually am pretty hooked into it. More like all the people that I've talked to have said, if you're still into it after the what was the arc called?
Arlong?
Yeah, Arlong arc. If you're still into it after that, then you're probably good to go. So far so good. 70 episodes in, another like 800 to go. 900.
Yeah, boy.
I mean, you just gotta skip the fillers, so
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, I'm planning on skipping the fillers anyway, so should be good.
I got you. Follow my guide, man. I got you.
Yep, I'm following it to AT.
That's what's up.
All
But yes.
Was that it?
No, you did.
Wanna talk about One Piece?
Do Haikyuu and then do One Piece.
That's it for One Piece, baby.
All right.
Ganbare! Oh,
Okay.
very quickly.
Yep, go ahead.
Randomly, there's this ultra weird but likable character from One Piece who was a villain transformed into an ally. And I just saw this character on like a 40-year-old man's shirt today, which was pretty cool. I wanted to stop and say, hey, man, fan of One Piece, but I thought that would be awkward, so I didn't. I just walked away.
Hey,
And then
man.
I thought, why is he wearing that shirt?
Dude, that could have been a lifelong friend.
Yes.
Okay. Never mind.
Big sis mag.
Agreed.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Alright.
So we're gonna end it there now for One Piece. Then we're gonna move on to Vinland Saga. This is gonna be me, Brian, Taylor. Basically, like, so I just want to say the main thing is like when Aslat, when he found out that the Vikings were gonna invade Wales, I was like, okay, that's it. He's gonna die for sure now. I know for sure he's gonna die once they reveal that twist. So,
Yeah, probably. He'll probably die for defending his place. So this is my land. Get the fuck out of here.
So we'll see if like they do the predictable thing, or they'll actually find a way to get around it. But I'm gonna assume that like he's gonna portray Canute and everyone else, and just start and defect to the Welsh side and just join their army, and probably just end up dying in the process during the battle.
Yeah.
I don't know if I think that will happen for sure. I mean, I can see a couple different scenarios happening.
Let's hear it.
Well, I don't think he has to defect. I think that he would have more of an effect on the inside rather than actually defecting. But I don't know. I mean, I don't really know as many anime arcs as like shonen anime arcs as you guys do or seinen, but the one thing that I am a little bit curious about is like obviously this season is going to end without anything really resolved. Do we think that there's going to be a second season, or will this be continued manga only?
I don't know. Like again, because it's being licensed in North America by Amazon, so I have no idea how they do things. So
yeah, good point.
I hope they do it. Just keep making this show, man. For my mental health, please.
I mean, yeah. Well, but it's also like because this is the Attack on Titan studio, so we don't know if they're still doing Attack on Titan like next year or whatever other shows are doing. So I have no idea like what's going on with that studio too.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't have so much to say about this episode. I guess I feel like not a whole lot of it was surprising to me. I think it went about like how I thought it would. I was out last week, so I would like to say that I'm really happy that Aslad put Torfin in his place. He said, "You're a weak ass, you know what?" That felt good.
Bitch.
And then, and then watching him drag his ass all around town the next day also felt satisfying. Yeah, but not a lot to say about this one. I mean,
really, like you didn't think that the whole like Wales thing like was a big turning point?
No, I don't remember exactly what the king was thinking in one of the previous episodes, but I remember him taking note of Aslad, and I figured he would do further research on him, and so I guess I didn't find that too shocking.
I guess it seems like the whole Wales. I think everything is just a coincidence. Like the king and like the other guy, he didn't even know about like the connections to Wales to Aslad.
No,
it's just like they just got lucky that the Welsh kingdom like they just refused to yield to the Vikings.
Well, I mean, he didn't know previously, but I do think that he knows something. I think that he's like starting to research into it. I know that in the episode
now they are,
yeah. But I mean, I kind of understand where Aslad is coming from, where it's like, well, why would they do this whole move even just because of me? So I don't really know where they're. I don't plan wars. I don't know.
What?
I don't know exactly where he is hoping to go with that, or how it would
looks
benefit
like you
him.
play more strategy games, but. There's this one part during the episode too where they had like the big brain moment. I could not take that seriously when Aslad had to think all the stuff and they showed the image of him with the brain. I was like, oh my god, this is that stupid meme. But it's in anime form now. Like I could take that seriously.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of liked it, but also kind of cringed.
It's because like it's a
Really weird
meme.
feeling.
I never expected to see it in an anime form. So like, I'm pretty sure they didn't mean it in the manga, but like that's what it came off as. It's like, God, I can't take this seriously now.
I think that, and I think we all know this, they were just trying to show he's thinking all the time. He
Big
has all
brain,
these
big
thoughts
brain
in
ass lad, 200 IQ. You know?
um,
Do you think
But yeah.
Thorfinn will go home with Leaf?
That's
I don't care what what he does.
jeez.
Jesus.
So actually, I had a thought that what if like somehow like Aslat gets Thorfinn to somehow assassinate the king. That'd be the only way to resolve this about the invasion if he can somehow assassinate the king. And I wonder if that's like the plan is just use like maybe Thorfinn finally snaps out of it and becomes useful. And
Well, if they did that, it could theoretically end on the next episode, right?
yeah, because I don't know like how else he would fit in the story. He's so like he's such an outsider to all just the grand plot of things. So like I don't know if he's gonna stay that way or if actually gotta like get him involved.
I mean, it does seem like he's transitioning a bit. Clearly, after Aslad talked to him about all this stuff, it did affect him, finally, for once, after 11 years.
God, what a stubborn kid. Sometimes those kids just deserve a beating. And he got it.
I mean, personally, for me, thematically, I feel like this show, I mean, I like this show, so nothing against it at all, but I do feel like it's kind of run its course thematically for me. And so if it were to be something
what do you mean thematically?
Like, I just don't really know what more they could bring into this that would make me feel emotional or that would be a new concept. I mean, if we were to go into a second season and then go to war, there would be more plot, of course. But I just feel like emotionally, I'm kind of completed with the show, except that it's obviously not ended, if that makes sense. So if they were to do something in the next episode where he did somehow get Thorfinn to assassinate the king and it all ended there, I would be okay with that. I don't feel like I need more. I feel like I've gotten from this show what I could get, but that might just be me.
I have no idea what you're talking. So I don't know, like, because I'm always good for more. Like I would love more of the show. Like I'm not done with it thematically. So like,
well, that's fair.
Like I wonder if after the season, like, because when Leaf brings up like Vinland, because the show is called Vinland Saga, so I'm surprised they actually didn't go to Vinland. So I wonder if like that's maybe somehow like this will wrap up nicely. Maybe like Thornton actually goes. That's like the next arc is him and Leaf actually go to Vinland and try to settle there.
Yeah, actually, that's a good point. I don't know. I honestly, ironically, I kind of forget that it's a thing because it's mentioned so sparingly. But yeah, I suppose that would be where the show would actually end, is in Vinland.
Like the saga of Vinland, yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's
Like,
just it's been such a small. I don't know. It seems like such a almost.
Honestly, I wouldn't mind like staying like in England. Like I like the whole like. I just like where it's been built so far. Or I guess maybe because it's Aslad, just because of what he's been through and like everything is just revolved around basically Wales and getting back at the Vikings. So.
Well, sure. I think we're most tied to him in his story.
But even if they don't go to Vinland, I wouldn't mind like getting know about the Viking society and like more political drama would be nice. I wouldn't mind either. So
Brian, how are you feeling about this? How are you wanting the season to end?
I feel like it's probably gonna end with the setup on the invasion of Wales. Stop it there, and then kick off. If there is another season of the anime, just kick it off with the invasion of Wales.
you don't think it's gonna like cap in the next episode then?
No, I think next episode is probably just have people start heading to Wales like in the spring, because right now it's winter.
Yeah.
So a few months in, they'll start heading to Wales, and then Asklad will probably try to figure out a way to stop the invasion or something on the way there. And then just end the season there and just leave on a sort of cliffhanger.
Did you think that he'll let the Vikings like invade Wales just so he can finally get his goal of like having Canute like being the king so he can control Canute and like Like even though like he couldn't stop the initial invasion, maybe like puts like he stops. He just gets like a treaty to get them to back off Wales from now on.
I'm thinking if he doesn't manage to convince Canute to try to get some sort of treaty done with Wales so it doesn't get invaded. If that doesn't go away, then I see him literally dying for his country.
Well, I mean, like, just like, do you think that he can pull it off with like without like Wales getting invaded, or do you think like, or do you think that that it won't go that smooth and he'll have to make a hard choice of like of either watching Wales get invaded or he's gonna have to like step in himself?
He's probably gonna step in himself, try to stop it.
Well, the king could be assassinated by the end of this season, but he's already announced that they would go into Wales. Part of me wonders if Canute is going to go rogue at some point, and if for some reason he would still go there. I think my reasoning being he just had such a quick character turn, and even though he's kind of anti-religion right now, I just feel like he could be twisted somehow. That's just the feeling that I get from him, and so I think that would be a little bit interesting. Like I don't know if the king did get assassinated, and where does it go from there? Is this whole Wales thing still going to happen now that it's been announced? Can he just say, "Never mind, guys, I'm king now. I changed my mind"?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't see like a reason for Canute personally to like to keep invading Wales, but like if he needs to like to show like leadership and like can carry on, then I can see that as a reason. But otherwise, I can't really see any reason why. If anything, I because Canute he just wants he wants to stop all the fighting. So
yeah, he wants peace.
Yeah,
I think
so.
The only way he would do that though is if he can get like Thorkill and like other people in his faction to he has to like he has to calm down the Warhawks, which like in history lesson like always ends up badly. Like you can never win against like the people who really want to fight.
Well, and that's maybe where it can come into. I saw your note about Aslod telling Thorkill about the fact that he's from Wales. I feel like that's going to play a part for sure. I don't trust Thorkill at all to tell him that kind of information. And I mean, I think he kind of had to in that moment because he already had him cornered. But I do feel like that's going to play a big part.
Yeah, I'll trust Thorkill with all the information.
You would trust him?
Yeah, he just seems like a cool dude. It's like, yeah, don't tell about this. He'd be like, all right, cool. Because the thing is that he didn't say a word about Thors being alive the entire time. So I think he's like, in like looking back, is like he's trustworthy enough.
Yeah, but this guy wants to fight. I mean, is he trustworthy? He was gonna kill Thor's kid.
Hey, man.
I mean, like he does want to fight, but I don't know if he's really like that's the type that'd be like the untrustworthy type,
Yeah,
like the one that'd be scheming things in the background. He's not really that kind of character.
Yeah,
so.
he also respects honor and code and stuff like that. Like,
I mean,
the ways of the duels.
He would probably do the option, make the decision to keep fighting if he can, but like I mean, I think at this point too, like he has Aslad has to trust someone. Like it's basically Canute and Thorkill. It was like Thorkill is like the strongest like person they have. So
yeah, that's
it's
true.
really the only reason why they can even like have any say in with the kings because they have Thorkill on this side.
Okay, so then if for this next episode, what would you guys like to happen? Do you want Thorfinn to go back home? Do you think he's not going to go home? What's your wish list?
I think he has to be involved somehow. It'd be really weird just for him to do all this just to go home. Like I feel like he has to get involved somehow.
Yeah, I don't think he's going home. The kid is such a stubborn piece of shit. He's not going home.
You guys, I feel so bad for Leaf. I feel so bad for that guy.
Even without like this whole like anger thing about like, I think like just the story itself, like I don't know, it would feel really out of place just for him to leave like that. Like I don't know.
Yeah, I agree.
Just have it resolve with just Aslan and Canute. Like
the only reason why I would want him to go back is just to make Leaf happy. I mean, because this guy has been searching for him for 11 years too. I mean, that's been a large part of his life. I just feel so bad for that old man.
Hell yeah. Shit. If I was in Leafs, I'd be so mad if I was in Leafs position. I'd be like, yo, you piece of shit. You better get your asshole right up and looking for your ass for 11 years. Let's fucking go.
I think I was gonna say I think this part they kind of I think that they kind of like mix around like the history because I think because Leaf and Thornfinn were real people, but I don't think they were together. I know like because it make it sound like Leaf he didn't discover Vinland yet. It sounds like it was just a story. So I want like I think the real Leif Erikson, I think he like discovered it on his own, and I don't think Thorfinn had anything to do with it, but maybe I need to look it up. So that's just the history. That's just the history. I think it's like that part probably doesn't match up with the anime.
So you're saying in the anime that it's still not like necessarily a real thing. It's kind of like a fantasy.
Oh no! I'm saying like in the anime, Leaf is talking about as if like he thinks like it's some made up place, or whereas like in real life, I think he should have been the one. He should have like discovered it by now, or he would have been there already.
Okay. I see what you're saying.
I think I was taking a little liberty with the history, but it's not really important. Just something I would throw out there.
Yeah, I say this every week, but I need to definitely read through the history of this.
History spoiler: Canute still becomes king of England.
Dude, that's a huge spoiler. What the fuck?
I mean, is it?
If you're English, you know the history already. So
you're just born in the wrong country,
us
Brian.
Dumb Americans don't know anything.
Are you English, David? Are you English?
No,
English is just cultured in all things. All right. I mean, David.
I'm interested in the history. So there's this one YouTube channel where this guy did like a 10-minute like he well not 10 minutes, but like he does like 10-minute history videos, and he did a whole playlist of like the history of like England in general. I kind of remember bits and parts of it, like because I mean we all know that like War of the Roses is where Game of Thrones was like based off of. So
yeah.
But
well, I don't know. I don't really have too much more to say about this episode. I don't know about anybody else.
Yeah. I mean, I would love for the second season. I would love for more of. I wouldn't even mind just more of like England and Wales and just being in this area. But I'm assuming like Vinland actually becomes important later on in the series. Just the way that Leaf was like saying about it this episode, and it's all called Vinland Saga. Like
I don't think Vinland is going to become a major player until the very, very end.
Very end.
I feel like it's going to be like Lord of the Rings going.
They finally start sail to.
That's what I think.
After all like the wars and fighting, like they're saying, okay, we killed everyone already. Everyone's dead. There's nothing else left to do. Let's just go sailing in the ocean just cause.
Or something. Maybe not all of that, but I just feel like it's like where does it go once people end up there? I feel like it's just been talked about like such a perfect world. And so to me, it just has very Lord of the Rings-esque feelings.
I mean, these are people who live in Scandinavia and Iceland, so any like farmland is like good for them.
I'm just talking about how they talk about it. But yeah.
All right, so
Brian, you got anything else?
No, not really.
All right, so that's gotta be it for Vinland Saga. And now we're gonna move on to our next show, and that's gonna be Sword Art. So this actually, Sharon, do you want to start this or?
Oh god,
this show.
Let me say first, like I didn't think this episode was actually that as bad as the other one so far. I don't know why. Like I just thought.
Stratton loved it too. He thinks it's only going up from here.
Yep, definitely going up from here in the last episode. Go ahead.
I actually thought like the whole like bringing in all these new beta players, like it actually like it finally actually feels like an
online game.
We have things are at stake now. Like this is something. There's like a high stake situation now.
But none of them die. They feel pain, but they don't actually die. And
listen,
the whole thing
Trent, I want you to imagine this, right?
No,
you're in an MMO system, right? You get stabbed through the stomach in the game, and you feel that pain in real life. You sure you want to go through that shit, bro? Dude, your body might actually go into shock. You might just literally die in real life.
Okay, according to Sword Art, only Americans are stupid enough to do this.
Actually, though, like, why do they have to push so hard on the USA Japan shit?
Yeah, another stupid. The stupid thing about that though that I thought is like okay, because like at the beginning of Alicization arc, they focus so much on like Kirito learning the system, and everybody jumping into this fucking game like here on out is just like they're like gods. They know exactly how everything happens. They have boosted accounts. Like they didn't have to do a fucking thing. God, this is why people pay to get to these points because nobody wants to do beginning game. This is the part that this like shows it.
I want to play the beginning, man. It's
Right,
the
you're not
tutorial.
in this. Get over here.
I thought it was also really funny that like when Elizabeth when she was doing this speech, so she's like, "Oh, so when you can't log out, the only way to log out is to die, and when you die, you feel horrible, incredible pain." And then the last point is, "Oh, by the way, your character data's gonna
It's not coming back.
And then everyone like freaks out about like the character being deleted. Like,
It's like,
wow,
what? Like I could handle the pain, but losing my
I
account.
know,
That sounds like me.
fucking gamers, man. All these damn
Yeah,
gamers. Like you can
legit to me.
destroy my body all you want, but don't delete my fucking data.
Dude, every time I kept thinking about like they're like, oh, data conversion. We're just gonna move your character to this game. I kept thinking like, damn, how I'd like to just like if you just like move like let's say like Master Chief into like a Diablo game universe or World of Warcraft and just start just shooting shit up.
Dude, this is the same shit that they did to make Kirito carry over all the stats from Aincrad.
Yeah.
They
It's
basically
just,
just like everything is based off this. Apparently, like Seed is like a source engine or something, like a game engine.
I don't know, dude.
So
But
you
the-
can
but
port
the
shit
thing-
over.
Wait. But the thing with this though is like they like Raph, whatever. I thought they created this from the ground up. I thought this is a whole separate thing.
I thought so
Like,
too. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
like not connected to anything. So when they're like, "Oh, Alice is connected to everything," I'm thinking, how?
dude, that,
How?
okay, that part was really dumb. Like that's so
Yeah.
like Japanese. Just like
Yeah,
we all were in this moment to create to
Yeah.
make Alice, but it's like it made no sense at all.
David, I'm shocked you have not said anything about the English yet.
Oh my god.
Your thoughts?
Because I blocked it out.
Dude, that's the best part. I don't know what you're talking about.
Dude, their sayings. I'm thinking like, where the hell did they pick up this slang? Like, where are they doing their research? Nobody says this shit.
Dude, this is anime. No one ever does any
Oh
extra
god,
research in like,
dude, I wish I
anything
would have
outside
remembered.
Japan.
I wish I remembered what sayings were said. I was just dying laughing. I was like, "What is this shit?" I was like, "Is it
I was
too hard to
cringing so
find
hard.
English people?" Yeah. Apparently, it's like they're showing people like in the U.S., but it's too hard to find somebody that just speaks English,
No,
That is
like
true.
native speaking. I don't know. I had fun with that. Also,
cringing. Yeah.
and at the beginning of the beginning of the episode, I first thought like bullshit when they just started showing people crawling on rope. I'm like, wait, like how the fuck did this rope get over here? Like it was impaled in the other side too. Like saying somebody made it over there to put it there.
I'm gonna say magic.
Oh, what magic? Like, wouldn't they be able to just magic themselves over to the other side then too?
Apparently not.
God,
I don't know.
Like, I don't know. Like at first, that's when I was like, because I was at my mom's house during this, didn't have my laptop. I was like, oh god, what else can I say? Then immediately the episode starts. I see that scene. I have to pause it. I was like, oh fuck, fine. I'll grab my laptop. I have to start putting notes down. God, I was like, this is gonna be a long episode. And then,
Damn.
yeah, and then,
I just thought the whole like they're trying so hard to make Dark Territory like so like they try to make it more sympathetic to them, but like
I don't care.
but it's like people are like they're saying, so this is war, huh? It's like, well, you're always at war with the human empire. You create these the 5 tribe council just to invade. Like, what were you expecting?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
are
it's
you-
just like,
I'm pretty sure like you guys you fought wars against other tribes in the Dark Territory. Like, why is this such a surprise? Why is like
Yeah.
the brutality of war such a surprise to these people? Like,
Well, to be fair, maybe they have the mindset of kids who play Call of Duty and think that they're badasses, right? And then when they finally go to war and experience bloodshed for the first time,
this
that's
isn't
when
like
their
the
eyes
game.
are open.
like it's just yeah, I don't know. It's so
Yeah.
weird to like they're not like trying to make like a sympathetic to Dark Territory. It's like it's not
Okay,
working. Like
Yeah, like their character development is so shallow. Like I just don't care.
Like-
I mean, I don't think I would really
like
care.
I really just don't buy like the Dark Territory people not knowing like how brutal war is. Like when they're so also eager to like to invade.
Is that what they said, Brian? No
Yeah.
restrictions, hell to the yes.
I was
Oh,
like, hell to the
God.
yes, bro.
That sounds
The
legit.
developer is adventurous. Who the fuck says that?
That's a Japanese like a literal translation from Japanese to English.
Fail. Oh my god.
Like I can easily see how they took they tried to take like a Japanese slang and they tried the best to literally translate it to English.
Oof, that was
I mean, I
that
can
was brutal.
respect that though. It's honest.
That's not how you localize. Ask Taya about it.
Yeah, it's
Oh
like
my god!
legit. All you have to do.
So there's like a little there's like a frame, right? This is Soul Shred, by the way. And this one says, "Will there be girl avatars?"
Oh yeah,
girls for the win. Looking forward to it.
Oh yeah, you gotta
I
have
can
that
see myself in
diversity.
that. They must have been they're watching my message boards.
That's why Strand's gonna be it's gonna be like the first season when like everyone has like their plenty of avatars and then they do their real life image,
Yep.
and then everyone
Yep.
and all of his party members are gonna be freaked out when it turns out he's a
Yeah.
guy.
I'm cutting a skirt and a blouse. Dude, but the only thing that's good about Dark Territory is apparently they have just a bunch of free to play like OP accounts. Like it's just like you can just like join it and you have already like a maxed out character.
And then to be fair to that point, it's not like they know how to play it. It's just they basically got an overpowered account. They just have to figure out the mechanics and how everything works.
I don't think they're gonna go. I don't think they're
even
gonna.
without that, it's like it's just a numbers game now. Like they have numbers on their side.
Yeah.
So,
Well, did you guys think that 30 to 100k sounded low?
for
I mean,
like
compared to the
beta, supposedly.
yeah,
Not too
for a
bad.
beta, that's actually pretty fucking
because
high.
it was just they literally announced it just like that day. So
Yeah.
they have it for like a day one. That sounds fine.
Okay. For some reason, when I heard the number, I was like, "Damn, 30 to 100k sounds kind of low."
Dude, this isn't WoW,
'Cause it-
man. Yeah,
Well,
lower your
But
expectation.
the game makes it sound like. Well, I suppose they probably lost a bunch of people playing those type of games. You know, obviously when you know the first season when that happened, I'm sure there's a bunch of people saying like, "I'm just gonna avoid those games."
Just think of it as just a random MMO just popped up, and you just randomly just got an email like,
Okay.
"Oh, this game you never heard about." So you can't
Yeah, that's
expect, like,
true.
high numbers, even though these are all basically used Strand people who got like emails about MMO beta. Like, oh hell yeah, I'm joining in right now.
Yeah, that's always me. I played it for like the first day, and I'm like, and then I just quit.
Like I don't know what the hell this is, but I'm doing it.
That's fair.
Except
Sounds
this is
American
the
to
dive
me.
text, so you just be diving everywhere.
Maybe that's why I hated this episode so much. I kept seeing myself in this.
Ooh, that's
but-
deep, sir.
But I kind of laughed when I heard like 10k in Japan. I was like, of course, console PC gaming. I was like, nobody wants to play those in there.
Well, didn't they say also because the time zone?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's just an excuse. They're just covering up for their lack of.
Actually, a pretty legit reason.
Yeah, that's true. 4:30 in the morning. Yeah, I would not. Well,
Like I'm surprised, like all those people in the Elf world were actually up that early.
yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
true.
Yeah, there was at least a bunch of people in that room.
Yeah,
Like people up at like 5:30 or whatever.
yeah. But okay. Was I the only one that was just like? I just thought it was the biggest. It was just a bunch of bullshit when they were talking about the data conversion.
It's been part of the series, so I always thought it was dumb, but like it's not anything new.
Yeah, but data conversion from a game that should not be connected to the seed. Like it's a whole different thing.
Yeah,
Well,
I guess
the
it's
thing
never.
is, after the first season when they did the Elf arc, they did mention that the original seed for the first season was spread out, and people were generating new MMOs based on that seed. So it kind of makes sense as to, for an explanation, how the accumulation of all those different worlds or games came to build the basis for Alicization. And I think that's what they were trying to refer to. Like it's a throwback to all the way back to season 1.
But the weird thing that I thought about that though is they even mentioned that they even say like this isn't like the typical VR game. Like it's something completely else. Like because like I think it would make sense with the seed because I think those are all VR games. They all have like still like the same basic concept. You know, like leveling PvP, all the items, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But then this one, it's just like legit, like it's like just living like normally. Like it's just like another world in a way.
I think because they didn't go. I guess the anime didn't go into detail about like the actual simulation. But
yeah, I could see that.
And the reason why it's different too is because it's like when Kirito was first logged in, he didn't realize he was in the simulation. He thought it was real life.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
It's only like this second part that everyone realizes that it's a game.
Yeah.
Right. And it's not just like your VR headset connected to some kind of random server, right? It's your VR headset connected
It's your
to
consciousness.
this, your Floodlight cube or whatever. So I guess I can kind of get why it's a little bit more intense this time around, but they didn't do a great job explaining that again here.
Yeah.
So
because that's like a whole different thing. Because like the Floodlight and I don't know, the Floodlight, it just seems like it's a whole different thing where it's like legit, like it sounds like spirits, like it makes it sound like they're actual people that are AI.
That's such a sword art, man. Like
and it's a whole different thing. Like again, it's like there's so many things that just sound like it's something completely separate from the seed, but then they're trying to wrap everything together.
Yep.
Like it's basically. I don't know. So it's either like it's just either bad writing or their bad explanation in the anime, and then maybe they explained it in the light novel, but I'm not sure. It's so hard to tell. It's so hard to tell by just going through Reddit.
Well,
like,
the thing is that like this author too, like he doesn't, because he's always using like the emotional like turn your feelings into power trope.
Yep.
Instead of like using actual like computer programs and like connecting it to that way, it's just like the feelings thing. So like that's why like it's hard to follow, because like these things like they never. Like you have to suspend your disbelief when it happens in like a usual fantasy or supernatural show, but when it's about like MMOs and like computer programs, it's hard to suspend your disbelief.
Yeah.
Because
sword art, man.
That's sword art.
Who else thought Kirito had a problem when they said like he hasn't been on for 10 days?
Oh yeah, that's been a while, man. Especially the number one hero.
I thought it was really weird that like that they have two backup of the dive tech thing for Shinon and Lifa.
Yeah, why them?
Like,
what the fuck?
I mean, it could have been more. They just showcased one room. They basically went to the headquarters in some location. I forgot which ward they went to, but
like they just had like two random high school girls.
It's one of the wards of Tokyo. Like one of 23 wards.
It's like two high school girls, and they get full access.
Hell yeah!
And then up to like what was it, basically like government level like clearance stuff. I thought that was just stupid and hilarious, but at the same time, I was like, okay, but they know who Best Girl is. That's fine.
Mm-hmm. Were you excited when you saw her come back on screen? Because I'm so glad she got screen.
I was, but me now, because I criticized Sword Art so hard. I'm like, I was immediately thinking like, why was she on the floor? Like, why was she just laying there when she picked up the phone?
She's cranking on them crunches, boy.
There was nothing. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. We'll
go working out. All right,
all right, we'll go with that. But the 10 days Kirito thing, I was like, oh, that's me. Back in the WoW days.
Just
they're like, it's like, oh, this guy hasn't been on for 10 days. Call him. Check if he's dead.
Is he alive? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
But did you guys think it was also weird where they would be able to convert the data to that game, but they could not convert the data back to the original?
Well, again, it
just seems like a dumb plot point, just to try and make
it more dramatic.
It kind of makes sense.
Dramatic.
I feel like it makes sense, right? Because it's not connected to its server; it's connected to this Floodlight cube thing.
But then it shouldn't be connected to the seed. It doesn't make sense.
I mean,
no, they're saying that the seed was it was like the source, and all the other MMOs are basically like mods of the seed.
But in a way, though,
the seed's like a game engine.
Yeah,
and everything else is being built on top of that engine.
I don't know, man. It's like if it's still somehow connected to the original source, you think it should be able to just convert the data wherever it wants to go to.
That's not how data conversion works, Shen.
Hey, man. Compared to Sword Art, they don't know.
You took programming, you know this.
I know, but I'm going through Sword Art, Sword Art logic. I'm trying to play the part of the Sword Art logic, how it's just I don't know.
Like I said, it makes sense to me because they did give a slight tidbit as to why they can and can't. It's not really regulated yet. It's not really formed. That's why if you go in, you can't come back.
Okay, that's my bad because when that girl was speaking, it's been so long, I don't even remember her name.
Her name's I don't know why I remember her name. Her name's Elizabeth, but I just that's funny. This is this is literally the most important thing she's ever done in the show. And
dude, I was nodding off. At that point, I was so tired, and it was the first time that I had thoughts in my mind I just don't know if watching the show is worth it anymore.
I just thought it was funny, just just seeing this inconsistent of like how everyone's freaking out about they're losing the characters and not like being in pain. Like, I just kept thinking about that the whole time. Like, why you fucking gamers? Why is this like the thing you're only worried about? Not like
let's just think of this as Shred's term, right? Let's say you was playing WoW for like 6 years straight, right?
Yeah.
Maybe a few days of break for holidays and stuff. Imagine this guy losing all of his game data. He would legit kill somebody.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He would lose his shit.
So we tell Stride, hey Stride, so in order for you to keep your data, why don't you go log in, and then we don't know if you ever got get out, but you can try to get out. Just go to 0. It'll be like the worst pain ever, more than your kidney stone. It'll be the worst pain you ever have in your life, and that's how you log out.
Thanks for sharing that to everybody.
But hey, at least you'll keep your character data.
Sounds legit to me.
Yeah, but then all of a sudden it's just like, the other way where it's just like you lose your character data and your character. It's like,
Stride wants to get his kidney stone so he can save his data.
Okay, well first, maybe, but but the at first, like if I were just to hear this, but it's like, oh, like they don't have any like pain meters, you're gonna just gonna experience like a bunch of pain. I'd first think like, I think she's lying. That's the first thought in my mind. Would be like, I don't believe you.
Bullshit.
Then immediately, then that's when you go into the game. Let's just say you get cut by like a random, let's say,
but by then it's too late because you can't.
Yeah, you get bull rushed by a boar. Then all of a sudden, that's when you find the highest place, David, and Swan Dive. That is how you get out of this game, because they gave you the way how you're out of the game. You just die. That's the best way.
No one said like you'd be unconscious when you log out, like.
But you get out of the game though. That's all you need to know.
Who knows if there's fall damage in the game? You never
close
know.
your eye. Dude, there better be.
Plus, no one would say
that. You're falling through that.
Did you not remember how season 2 ended?
Yeah, with rape. Why?
What? No. So to recap, Kirito finally saves Asuna. He hacks the server so he can get Excalibur or whatever. He destroys that dude in the game. And then when he finally goes to the hospital where Asuna is, that guy is so messed up from the shock of the pain that he wasn't he.
Oh, that's right. He lost his eyesight or something.
Right, he lost his eyesight or something. Like he wasn't stable. Right. So imagine that scenario to everyone that dies while they're logged to this game. That's what I would imagine.
But the thing is, like, none of those people probably know this because this is all happening in Japan. These guys are all from America, where they just they might as well be brawl off. I feel full pain. Hell yeah, let's do it.
I thought it was funny too how like because Elizabeth was saying how they think us MMO players are just useless and Dragon Society and we need to reinstate the draft to make us like serve again. Blah blah. That's an actual like thing. Like just basically like basically what boomers like think about millennials about being lazy gamers.
Yeah.
So that's like an actual thing in Japan. So I thought it was weird that they actually put that in the show.
Fools.
It's real. It's real life.
So for whatever Elizabeth said, is it worth going back to listening or no?
No, not really. It's basically just.
I just thought it was funny.
Okay, I will pass.
It's more like the reaction to her. That was more funny.
But I kind of wish they would let someone else do the speech though, because she wasn't really that big of a character.
See, that's the problem.
They should have let that small chick with that dragon pet.
Dude,
I mean, she wasn't really that big of a character either.
See,
no, but she was actually more of an idol. She was more known as an idol.
Really? I don't remember any of this.
See, I don't either. But with Sword Art, though, it's been so long since we've seen these other characters. I just like none of them would have really had any impact. Right. The only impact I would have thought would be either like the last characters you see, which would be I guess in this case Shinon because she was in Sword Art 2.
Right.
My next one would be my first one would have been Asuna if she wasn't there, obviously. Right. But that's it though. Like all these other people like Elizabeth. I mean, she was just the
blacksmith.
What's the word? Yeah, the blacksmith. Nobody can ship her.
Wait, was she really a blacksmith? I thought it was.
Yeah, she was the blacksmith in the original Sword Art.
Okay, I don't.
Yeah, she never even walked outside. So I like how they're making her sound like she's like epic. I'm like, bro, she was the blacksmith. She never left town.
Right. So I'm not sure exactly how that worked, but in terms of importance, right? The black dude, the bald dude, he was a shopkeeper. Klein was a leader of a guild from season 1, of course. And a little chick was more of a infamous idol. She was kind of well known, but not really. But at least she had more precedence over the other guys. And Elizabeth was just a blacksmith.
Well, the not the blacksmith. I'm sorry, the shopkeep. I think either like the shopkeep or the little idol girl. I think those two probably would have been the most.
Right.
But then again, that was only for like when they played the death game that they knew them.
Right.
So I'm not sure how actually big they are in the new fairy tale world.
Yeah, the only two that would actually be useful or well known probably would be Senon or Kirito's sister. I forgot her name.
I forgot her name too, but yeah.
Yeah,
she would be
I
the one
know
that's
it's Lifa
better.
because they mentioned it in the show.
Yeah, we'll call her Lifa.
But this is like basically like the problem. This is like the opposite problem of Vinland Saga when like everyone else is more interesting than the main character. Now it's like they put so much emphasis on the main character that like no one else is important.
And no, at this point, it sounds like nobody cares about the main character either.
So,
but did you guys? So at the very end of the speech, there was a guy that popped up with his own little fairy or dragon.
Who the hell was she?
Yeah,
or he,
was
her,
it
him.
was a guy.
It was a dude. Sorry.
Yeah, I have no idea who that is. Do you guys have any ideas?
no, I was barely paying attention.
It's the perfect time to introduce a new character to the series, dude.
Right?
Yeah, we know so much of
prime time.
Yeah, we know basically from the date of birth of the other characters to where they are now.
Yeah.
Imagine if it's Yu-Gi-Oh, dude.
Oh,
Plot
maybe.
twist. He's
Yeah,
alive.
actually. No.
It's not gonna be him. But
You never know. It's possible.
Do you think he's going to be bad or good because he's wearing black armor?
I want to
mean,
say
he's purple armor.
he's just gonna be another edgelord then. Just look at
Right.
Kirito. This dude just is all black everything.
no. This
He's
guy was
gonna be
all
another-
purple. I thought, wasn't he?
Yeah, it was like black/purple armor, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With his own little Yui fairy.
Yep.
Who do you guys think he is, or could possibly be?
It's Yu-Gi-Oh.
Oh my god!
I'm with
100%
Ryan.
Yu-Gi-Oh, dude.
It's Yu-Gi-Oh.
Dude, if it's
I'm assuming
Yu-Gi-Oh,
it's gonna be like someone helping. Yeah.
dude, if it's Yu-Gi-Oh, like what kind of how do you think they're gonna how do you think Sword Art is gonna connect that story to somehow make it seem like he's in the real world?
I don't know,
no.
but I'm pretty excited.
Are you really? You sounded like you're about to fall asleep.
No, it's
Like-
actually starting to for me. It's starting to pick up. I actually don't mind it.
Really?
See,
'Cause
like this
it's better
episode,
than
like
what it had
yeah,
before.
I agree with Ku. Like this episode, like it's finally feeling more like more high stakes now. It actually feels like something bad can actually happen when
Mhm.
they have all these players coming in.
Ugh.
Because like
Okay.
before that, it just sounded like they just got to steamroll through everyone using like Asuna and Alice.
Mm.
So
Oh yeah. All right. So I was trying to keep this, but I totally forgot until I looked at a comment. So you guys remember that scene when they're all in like Kirito's room, right?
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah,
In
the
the
four
beginning of the
girls.
show. All right.
Yeah.
Why the hell does this chick feed him an orange with the skin still on it? I was so shook. I was like, yo, at least peel the skin off, girl.
What?
you know
What happened just now?
I'll find it, but pretty much in the beginning when they're feeding this man Kirito,
Uh-huh.
the chick literally gives him an orange on a spoon that still has the skin on it.
How do you know it's an orange, sir?
The fuck?
Bro, just I'll find it. And I'll
Hey
show
man, maybe it's like that orange gummy candy that's they
you.
taste
It's
so
not
good.
a fucking gummy.
Wasn't it like part of a stew? Maybe it's like potatoes or something
Bro.
with skin on.
I think it's part of the
It's a-
stew. Yeah, I don't.
Man, it's
just-
an effed up potato if it looks like an orange.
Dude, that man, just
It's
that
clearly
game
a
part,
fucking
like,
orange.
just like when Alice was like saying, "Oh, like he had a good sleep next to like 4." Oh my god.
Dude,
So, like-
I just love Kirito in his vegetable form.
So like when Alice was saying, "Oh, Kirito like had a good sleep sitting next to 4 beauties," it's like, man, this is so dumb. Like,
Man, that is a fucking orange with the skin. Jesus, man, this lady is.
Maybe it was for the nutrients. It was for the nutrients.
I mean,
Do you know? Okay, you would have to choke that shit down, but at the same time, though, Kirito can't fight back or do anything. But apparently, he has the aura like strong enough to deflect bullets. So,
Seems legit.
if I was Kirito in this thing, I would basically deflect that right into that chick's face. Like,
and that's why you're not the main character's friend.
Yeah, bro.
Dude, I'd be a
Fuck
better
yeah.
main character. Are you kidding me? Nobody feeds me oranges with peels with the skin on it.
All right, Taylor, we're gonna need you to work on that and send us a picture / video. That'd
On
be
it.
great. Okay.
Yeah, next time you're gonna hear me like next week. Oh yeah, like
Fucking Taylor.
Spreading stuff for a serious head injury. He's currently a vegetable, and he's being hand fed by Taylor. And
With oranges with peels on it. and stuff?
with oranges with skin on it. And then then apple with the cores in it as well.
Better than what you normally eat.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Shots fired.
Whoa.
Get
But
fucked.
All right, I think we shit on enough for.
I'm done, dude. Yeah,
Alright, sweet.
I've tried to. I've basically. Like,
I think
just
so. I think
hit
next
this-
episode's the last one, and I think they're gonna do a break
Cool.
until spring.
Oh, nice.
They didn't say anything if it's gonna continue on for winter. So
Until
Pro-
spring? Hello?
Prolonging the pain. Nice.
we'll see what they do. I'm assuming they're gonna take a break and continue in the spring.
How do you think they're gonna end it? How do you think the last episode is gonna end?
Better be like,
Cliffhanger.
I mean, the obvious would be just Alice stabbing the guy.
Or the guy stabbing Alice? Oh.
And
No,
Do you think Kirito's still going to be a vegetable?
No, he's gonna wake up in this episode.
he probably will wake up like definitely next season. I just don't know like when.
No, it's not gonna be
Alright.
next season. It's gonna be next episode for sure.
I don't
Okay.
know.
Well,
The
I
powered
can't.
orange.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what happens next.
All right, so that's our
As I say so
our weekly shit
happily.
on Sword Art.
Yeah.
We're gonna move on to Fire Force
Dr.
On-
Stone. Just kidding. The season's over.
season 2. Get excited.
Dude,
Oh,
that picture that they showed, he looks badass. I don't know if you guys
the
have
one-
seen it.
The
I'll send it to
visual
you.
the visual where he basically he's like carrying a gun.
Give me 1 second. Spoiler. No, that's fine.
Or
Give me 1 second.
Dr. Stone?
I'll link it to the.
But
the big announcement?
anyways, we're going to Fire Force. So just want to mention real quick that next week they're gonna
Oh shit!
Why is it like he has a cheese grate on his head?
oh my God.
Dude, that's from Naruto, man. Are you kidding me? That's a head. That's a.
It just looks like a cheese grater.
Oh, by the way, listeners, we are viewing a picture of Dr. Stone season 2. We are looking at Senku.
Oh god!
We will have the link in the.
Show notes.
There you go,
Jesus,
dude. You guys. Okay, maybe it does look a little bit like a cheese grater.
yeah, especially cheese grater.
But,
Basically,
dude, fuck you, Brian. When I first saw that, I thought like, damn, he has like the Naruto headband. And now it's just like, fuck, cheese grater, whatever.
yikes.
Anyway, before Brian ruins anything more, we'll move on.
Fire
to,
Force. Yeah.
Or-
Before
Fire Force,
I
yes.
was interrupted by all you fucks. Okay, so next week we're gonna show the last 2 episodes back to back. So
Oh, really? Fire
Yeah.
Force?
What?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So it's an
Dude, I
hour-long
had no
special.
idea.
not hour long. This is 2 episodes. So episode 12 and 13 are
Dude,
gonna be showing next week.
This last episode, I thought was so good. It was like a tease, and then if it's like the last couple episodes, I'm so excited.
I mean, it's just the whole thing. It's just the Shinra versus Show fight. So
Yeah. It's like how they're explaining it sounds so crazy.
So
But
like,
it
okay.
seems legit though, right? Like it
Okay,
makes
Dude, it
sense.
does.
So
Yeah,
I
it's like-
I understand the whole like for Show's power when he says he's stopping the thermal expansion to stop time. That part actually kind of makes a little sense.
Yeah.
But the whole like Shinra like speeding up, dematerializing, then going back, and
That
like
sounds
coming
insane.
back in time. It
It's
sounds
fucking insane.
This man is
weird.
legit making black holes, dude.
That's
Yeah.
pretty sick.
because when you speed up, when you go at the speed of light, like because the only thing that can go at the speed of light is light. Otherwise, any other object will just like burn up because it's
Yeah.
too much heat for it to handle. So
Right.
technically, he should be burning up as soon as he goes at the speed of light.
Yeah.
What they're saying is that like his atoms are dematerializing. There should be no reason.
Before he can burn.
Yep.
But there should be no reason for them to come back like while he's burning up. And also that's the thing too. Like when you're traveling at the speed of light, like you're traveling time, like you're time traveling forward, not backwards. Whatever the hell the science was saying. Like
Yeah.
you're not supposed to go backwards. You're supposed to go forwards.
Yeah.
So technically, when he's going the speed of light, he should be like a second ahead, not like being neutral.
Yeah.
So Shinra is like the explanation for Shinra is really weird. Like it doesn't make sense like with a lot of physics.
But the thing is with this,
Even though show is like ridiculous too, but his actually makes more sense.
yeah, but like that's the thing with like the show at the beginning. It's like they had it like set as like a show that's ridiculous in a sense. I
Yeah.
mean, when you have a firefighter that fights fire with fire, you already know
legit.
that this is going to be a ridiculous
But
show.
the thing is that like when you're explaining your power system, like you have to have logic in it, and like
Yeah.
they're trying to use like actual laws of physics.
which is
So,
nuts.
like this is
Like,
it's just like it's not helping out its case like as strong writing. Like
Dude,
it's breaking the logic.
Honestly, I thought their
the
explanations were pretty cool.
You didn't understand any of it.
Yeah, basically.
Well, I understand it now because
Thanks,
Victor
David.
explained it.
I didn't even have to pay. I didn't even have to pay any college credits for that.
God.
No, but I don't know. Dude. I'm actually like enjoying it. Like the explanations, even if I couldn't follow, I thought actually had a plan set.
That's just for the powers, because like, and then the whole like Adola Link, that stuff I just don't. I don't put in the same category because that's more like spiritual.
It's an anime thing. Yeah.
Like it's an anime thing, so I don't think about that. So
yeah.
But it's like when they actually try to use like laws of physics for the powers, that's when I have to like call it out.
Mm-hmm.
So
based on like what's kind of going on, do you think Sho's going to join the force, or do you think it's going to be one of those they fight and then?
Oh no,
one of them's dying.
You think? Oh, really?
No one's gonna die. I don't think no one's gonna die this early.
Right,
that's too early for this manga.
Okay, Brian, why do you think he's going to die?
I don't know. I just think someone needs to die at this point.
Jesus. Okay.
I think it's too early for the manga. So
cool. Your thoughts?
I feel like Shinra's emotions or feelings is going to get across the show, and it's going to end up in a draw. One gets taken away by the other evangelists, and then Victor's going to pick up Shinra, and they're going to escape that way. But then before that, though, I feel like Shinra is going to get his feelings across, and that's going to change show in the future. So let's say maybe season 2, he's going to change sides eventually.
Okay. I don't know. Like, the animation is still like top notch. Like, first, like, I like how before this episode, like the from the previous episode, you see like Shinra gets that speed burst, and all of a sudden you realize like Shinra is still so much slower than Sho. Mm-hmm. But then through this episode, like he just keeps catching up to Sho, and then even where he's surpassing the speed, where he just misses him and just runs into the buildings.
I mean, it's not like he's slower than Sho. It's because like Sho keeps stopping time.
Yeah.
That's why, so.
Yeah, and then Shinra, like he's basically just like seeing this as like a game of tag.
Well, it's like because each time he's linking up with Sho, so that slows down.
Yeah,
that's what's like slowing down Sho is the link. And so and then eventually they get together in the emotionless world. And then as I say too, you talk about the animation. Just a reminder, this is the same animation studio that makes JoJo Bizarre Adventure.
Really? Well, I don't watch JoJo.
David Productions.
Yeah,
well,
dude. They're doing a good job.
The thing I'm gonna have to call BS on though is how Shinra is surviving all these collisions.
Oh hell yeah,
dude!
There's no way.
If he's going fast in the speed of light, even with physics, like actual anime physics, he should be dead.
Dude, like, even the blows that Sho has been doing to him though, like they've been so intense.
Right.
Like dude, he's like going full speed at Sho, and Sho just drills him in the stomach.
Right. So it's kind of insane. I don't know if maybe he has special that coat, the firefighting coat he has on.
Yeah.
Maybe it has a lot of like blood resistance or whatever.
Well, I mean, he was coughing up blood too in that final.
Oh yeah.
He's like,
I'm fine. I'll just like curl my entire stomach.
These guys are literally going fast in the speed of light. So with that, any kind of movement in that time should be like an insane amount of impact, more than the human body can handle.
Yeah.
Listen, man.
Exactly
from
what
all
I was
the years
earlier.
I watched anime, any sort of collision, it literally doesn't matter until they leave someone dead.
Yeah.
Because literally, we got shows where people are blowing up planets and shit, and they're fine.
Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball Z. Or Super.
But that's Dragon Ball. It's nothing even close to this, right?
That's fair. Dragon Ball Super.
Is Naruto any closer? Because this man's blowing up the moon.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I was gonna say
Naruto's kind of stupid. So.
Whoa.
Okay, dude. Okay, dude.
I mean, I take no offense because I never really liked Naruto that much, but
I mean, I like Naruto, but let's be real. Naruto's kind of series. It's not consistent.
What are you talking about, David? I take that as a diss. My favorite show when Snafu and my boy Hachimon's coming up. Fuck you. But I mean, that's all I really have to say about Fire Force. I mean, I'm really excited for like the last 2 episodes. I mean, I think it's going to be very intense. I think it's going to be, hopefully, it's going to be like some of the best animation fight ever.
I kind of wish the opening didn't spoil this because it would have been nice like to see this as a surprise.
I mean, we all knew this was coming.
Yeah. But like
this is shonen, man. We know what's happening. But no, I don't know. Like I'm hoping that let's say like maybe half the show or half of these like 2 episodes, it's kind of like the fight. I really hope it's not like maybe couple more minutes of the fight, and then it's just going to be like a wrap up. and then setting up like another season or wrapping up the season.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
I feel like that's why they're
but-
doing the 2 episodes. The first episode will be mainly the fight and the conclusion of the
Oh,
fight.
that's
and
because
then-
the show kept getting delayed
yeah, that's right.
that
Yeah,
times.
yeah.
Okay. But it's the
That's
last. It's the last few episodes in the season, right? Or is there
Yeah.
more going on
Yeah,
after this?
these are the last.
No,
No,
this
last
is
two.
episodes
Last two
like
episodes.
23 and 24. So
Okay.
The season is wrapping up.
the only thing I'm worried about is like I heard like the series like didn't do well in Japan. So
Oh god,
we'll see.
Mm.
Maybe
Wait,
it did
really?
well like overseas.
did the manga do well though, or is the manga doing well?
I don't know. Like or at least the anime isn't doing as well, but maybe it made the manga sales go up. So
Dude, it's because it's those pointless ecchi scenes, man. Like this show is so good without that shit.
What are you
I don't-
talking about? That's the saving grace of the show. Okay.
Yeah, get the
no,
hell out
calm
of here.
get the
down.
hell out of here. Chichu. I don't know. I thought it'd still be as almost as popular as Soul Eater just because it's the same guy. And I don't know
Yeah.
how popular Soul Eater was in Japan, but
Dude,
I
this
figured it'd be like as popular.
I've been so much more interested in this than Soul Eater. But at the same time, dude, I love my etchiness, but it's got to be in a certain in certain shows in certain places and stuff. This show does not need it. Like this show is just like eye candy with animation fights.
Mm.
And actually, I actually do like the supporting cast quite a bit too. Arthur's awesome. Like I hated him at the beginning of the show. I love the guy at the end.
So
I'm good.
yeah, so that's gonna be it. And then next week we'll look forward to the back-to-back episodes for the
Yeah.
season finale.
Yes.
And then we're gonna move on now to Shokugeki no Souma, the
But
fourth
figure
play.
in order. Just kidding. Recap. Go ahead.
So this is the fourth play because today they also just announced they announced the fifth play, but like honestly, it's like the second part of this season. So like,
Yeah. Okay, so you think it's going to be continuing? So you don't think this season's going to be wrapped up at the No. But the end of the episode said new top 10.
yeah. So that's I'm saying like, so I think the fifth play that's gonna be the final season of Shokugeki.
Dude, it's got to be.
That's gonna be like that's gonna adapt all the way to the end of the manga.
Yeah.
But what could
because
possibly be
awesome.
left after this?
What's up?
What could possibly be left after this?
I don't know.
Fuck,
I
man,
think
I don't know, dude. I'm tired of
that's
her
a weird thing.
dad
That's
though.
a weird thing. I think it was probably like probably had a rush ending or something. Like it probably was losing its popularity and Shonen Jump, and then they just had to cut it.
Dude, oh god, I'm so tired of her
Maybe
fucking dad.
Stren's complaining is the reason why they had to cut it. 'Cause-
Jeez, Stren.
Wait, what was complaining? What happened?
no, I'm just saying. Like usually, like when shows or mangas like end abruptly, it's usually like you have like a couple chapters to end it, and then it's just cut suddenly.
Oh yeah, right.
I was just joking that like, oh, it's because people like Shrine they're complaining about this arc that it gets cut early.
No, I can
Honestly,
see it,
dude, that's
though.
not even my complaint. It's just like how they changed the story, like where they just threw her dad into the judges, and then of course this fucking episode where he's like, oh, it just looks terrible. I'm not gonna eat it. It's like, bitch, your fucking job is to eat that shit. Oh my god, dude! Like immediately when that shit was happening, I was like, dude, fuck this show, or this arc, I should
Are
say.
you saying like he has a conflict of interest and he's corrupt and he should not be in a point of
Yeah,
should not be a point of authority for these kind of things?
Yeah, it's like almost it's almost like we didn't anticipate that his quirk was gonna come into place or
His
come into
gift,
play. I mean,
sir. His gift. You had the wrong
gift.
anime.
My bad. But his gift, like immediately, when they were explaining the gift from before, we're like, oh, like his gift is just like blowing up people's clothing. I'm thinking, well, that's gonna come into play probably like the final one because he can't admit people's dishes.
Exactly.
And what the hell happened? And I'm just.
It was never meant to be something that's complex. They laid it basically out for you, so you can kind of tell how it's going to end. So I didn't mind as much because we're not really here for the story. Really, we're here for the food and foodgasms. Really.
Okay, so
Dude,
I thought
honestly-
it was just dumb, just how they just shoehorn in like the peanut butter squid. Like it
thought
was
that
like
was a nice touch.
it was such a running gag the whole time. Like I guess
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just in this situation, it just felt like it shouldn't have been there. Like
Hey, bro, don't knock
Okay,
something until
I
you
ca-
try it.
I kind of get it because, like, like where they made it sound like where Souma was talking to Erina and made it seem like it's a Shokugeki between them. So it definitely seems like a thing for her to take one of his own dishes and basically throw it back in his face. Is like, this is how you make this shit good.
Yeah.
Bitch.
Stupid.
I guess I don't know.
Untalented.
I
That's how I saw that.
I just personally wasn't feeling it. Like
That was
I want I want like a legit like specialty, and it just felt like there's
dude. I thought that was the
Really?
best part of the show, though, or
Yeah.
the episode. I'm sorry, the best part of the episode, because like I don't know, it basically just showed like she just just still is better than Souma.
Mhm.
But it's just at the same time, I just want this to move on, because I hate like when they threw her like or threw him in the ark, or her dad. I just thought like this is going to be just awful now, because like before you actually had like the legitimate food battles. You really didn't know how it was going to end, and it was more kind of like about the food than just some guy having some stupid beliefs about how it's just like he's calling cooks, or sorry, like no, cooks. Yeah, he's calling like chefs. I'm sorry, he's calling chefs trash, when like legit his philosophy is just like, oh, just follow instructions and you'll be fine. Like, what kind of fucking chef is gonna mess up instructions?
So
There's plenty of people that can do that, sir.
so
Trust me.
I mean so that's basically like it's like the battle of ideals. Basically, it's like is the rebels, they want like a free form sort of cooking, where it's like it's creativity, and but the problem is that like it creates a hierarchy, like 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 people, there's just people who are just born of talent that they're always bury you no matter what, and if you're not as talented you get screwed over. Whereas like his idea, like central, basically you take all the top chefs, and like let's say like like in school, if you're bad at like, reading or math, like you will just get like tutor, you would go through this system where it's already made by like the top people, and they make it so it's easier to teach, so that like you'll just learn how to be top 2 like them,
Right.
and
So
like not be like judged, just not just get failed, because the current system, like if you're a bad cook, you fail out of the school. Whereas
Right.
like his system is like, even if you're bad, you'll just get taught by the top chef, so you eventually increase your skills, so that way like you'll be like legitimate in like his eyes. But then like that's the problem, where it's like that's the problem like in a creativity, in something that's creative like cooking, like you can't really have like quality is subjective, so you can't really have people deciding what is good and what's not.
I mean, are you really increasing your skills when you're just following instructions?
no,
Because
you're really not. You're really not.
because remember, like the school of Totsuki, like so many people, like we had issues. So many of the cast like almost got kicked out because they were failing they're failing like the not exams, but like they couldn't like keep up with the quality. Like Megumin kept like getting kicked out so many times,
Mhm.
and so
Dude,
technically,
good.
well, and so technically, in his system, she would just like study what Tsukasa or Rindo would make, and it's like just since they're like the top tier chefs, you just like you would have them study under those two, and then when you go out to cook for other people, like you would automatically be like almost as good as them, because you'd study under them.
No, you wouldn't be almost as good at them. You would be as good at them, because it
Yeah.
was basically just one standard.
Yeah.
But
No.
with that being said, though, I can kind of, I know certain probably doesn't want to hear this, but I can kind of feel where this guy is coming from. Like as a villain, basically everything stemmed to the point to where Shoma's dad was kind of beaten down,
Like working himself to death, basically,
Right.
just like coming up with stuff.
right? Like he had so much respect for the guy, and to see his mentor go through that route and through that pain, he just couldn't deal with it, and he didn't want anyone else to go through that. That's why instead of having everyone try to come up with their own way of climbing up the rank and ladder system, he wanted to just have a system where everyone can equally succeed if they just follow instructions. Which I can kind of see where he's coming from, but that doesn't
That
leave
just never
room
works
for-
in real life, honestly.
Right, that's just how it works. I mean, it can work, but it doesn't allow for like ingenuity or anything to progress. Like everything will just be the same, stale, and we wouldn't make any advancements in the cooking scene. So
It's like cable companies, dude. Nobody wants to do a fucking thing.
right, just
Yeah.
that monopoly,
It's
right?
just the
Where are you
same,
gonna
man.
go?
I mean, that's like Japanese corporate culture right there. It's like that's why like Japan did so well in the 80s, because like they they had high quality, and they had standard, and like they were better than everyone else at some point. But then like people got more creative with the technology, and then the creative companies took over, and now these Japanese companies can't compete because like they're following the standards, but the standards aren't good enough anymore.
Well, not
Yeah,
really.
yeah.
They're not good enough anymore, but just the bar has been risen.
The bar has been
so-
raised, yeah.
Right.
But like they can't get better because they don't have a system that allows the creativity. You just
Right.
do what your boss says, or you do like what some guy 30 years ago says.
Yeah.
So, like I
Yeah.
said, I can kind of get it, but coming from his point of view, I can kind of see like why he feels so strongly about his standards and his point of view, how it's the correct and only path.
I mean, I guess.
So
I think it's still weak.
It does
I think
make you
they should
kind
have
of
like
sympathize with them.
they should have like shown his argument better. Like they did a bad part in the anime. Like
Yeah.
they made him way too evil in the anime. They could have they should have made him more sympathetic.
Dude, it was almost like JC staff was taking over.
I don't know if
Even
JC staff was
dude,
just
that's
it
weird.
was. I think it's the author or the manga manga author. Like I think he could have done a better job of like making us empathize with the dad more.
Dude, maybe the manga did, and then just JC staff is like, don't need it, cut it.
Yeah, or maybe
After the Damachi season 2, dude, I wouldn't be surprised.
You're just a hater.
Dude, if we have an episode with our top 10 or top 5 like favorites and top 5 disappointments, we'll talk then.
I mean, but they didn't do too bad. Like I felt as if they did an okay job, given that there is, which I thought was the last season with the time frame that they were given.
Same.
I thought it was fine because at the end of the episode, I did kind of get where he was coming from. I can see why, he did what he did as a villain to try to make sure everyone gets along or gets there.
But you thought it was a strong enough argument?
Yeah, I can see where he's coming from.
Okay.
Right, like say if it was like my wife that went through that, and I wouldn't want her to go through that same path again. Yeah, I wouldn't want anyone else to go through that. I want anyone that would like to cook and have.
But in a way, it's like it's their choice to do that, though.
Right.
You know? It's
But
like
that's the
nobody's
thing.
forcing him to just kill himself to find out like a different different recipes or anything.
Right, but as an overbearing person, like this guy just really emotionally attached to things, and I guess with that thing happening to his mentor, he just couldn't deal with having anyone else go through that as well.
Right. Okay. All right. Yeah. I can see that.
Or actually, here's another analogy, Strand. Like let's say video games, like because people like work themselves to death to make these games, and like we get like a bunch of like standout ones out of like the thousands that are released like so many times. Like so, let's say like instead of making everyone kill themselves, try and like make creative ideas. Let's say like you take like
a mobile game.
let's take like God of War. Like everyone just gets instructed by the God of War developers or like the Red Dead developers, and like you just make a game. Just like you make a game of you get so now like when they make games like you get quality such as God of War or Red Dead. So then like you don't have these people always like trying to like make different stuff and then sometimes failing. You just get quality every time.
Yeah. Okay.
But then the problem with that is that like you'll never get anything new. Like you never get like
Call of Duty 47.
Oh God, can't wait.
Yes.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get
or
it.
it's like Battle Royale will never happen without like some random game coming out that everyone just got hooked on, Or no like nothing. We get no MOBAs because like no one will make a mod for Warcraft 3, and then eventually it keeps iterating, Like.
Yeah, I get it, but I still think this is like my least favorite arc. Like I just.
Oh yeah, I mean that I can agree with. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I did. I mean, the part that I enjoyed so much about the show is because like they had it about the cooking, and it was basically just the Shokugeki. It was like the 1v1 with like nothing like behind it, like nothing to actually like kind of like rig it in a sense.
Yeah.
It was nice, and then just this guy is just I can't wait for this to just pass over, and then just have this guy fucking go away.
I wish the way the series would went. I wish it would have been like the final episode should have just been like a showcase between like Souma and Irina. That should have been like that would have been epic. Like seeing
but that was
there's another season. There's another season, dude.
All right,
there's a chance. There's a chance.
But it's like I think like it could have been just them like always like hating like just not being friends the whole time until the very end, and then having them do the Shokugeki.
Then they get together and make babies.
I mean, they're basically making food babies now, right?
Just the way you like it, Stren. Like
I mean, Aaron Aaron is already taking like Souma's like dishes and making them better.
Yeah, right. So what if this is how Soma's dad met his wife, right? He was just basically making random shit that was disgusting. He fed
Dude,
it
that
to a
could
random
be.
girl, and eventually
Yeah.
the girl just took it, made it better, and that's how he knew that was the one.
Dude, what happened to Irina's mom?
Or vice versa.
Right.
like her dad is like so like central to all this, but like no one has said anything about her mom. Like
What?
Maybe she passed away.
What
Maybe,
if?
yeah.
What if Arina's mom is Soma's mom?
that'd be fucked
they-
up.
Ooh, that's fucked
And they
up.
do that. Dude, this is.
That's
They do that.
because they have
Yeah.
different dads. So
No, that's fucked up, sir.
Oh yeah, fair. Just kidding. But well, never mind. We'll I'm not gonna say anything more. But as my last question though, before like I'm just done with the show until next episode, did anybody else think that the food gasms were lazy? Or
No,
not lazy, but not like as like intense as they were before.
I don't think so, because I felt like they were trying to tie in all that's been accumulated so far into this one last scene. Like with the Angels of Arena, that was like the Angels of Souma back in like episode 1.
Oh no,
Or
definitely.
episode 2?
I'm sorry, definitely the food gasm for her dad. I thought was like intense, but everybody else, like those other two girls of the people
the
who
judges.
the judges, yeah.
Mm.
Like I thought, like theirs were like they weren't like even like they're like, oh god, please just move this out. We're so tired of this shit. Like I definitely thought like their food gasms were basically just tired and just done with.
I guess since we've seen it so often, it's just kind of numbing to me. I don't really pay much attention to it anymore. It's just, oh, there it is. Let's move on to the next one.
I
I think
I
it's
was
like-
just kind of
it's
like
also-
laughing because it just sounded like it was so lazy, like they were faking
Right.
it.
I just felt like it's just episode in general was just rushing, so I think that's why like just the pacing was
Yeah.
off. So like I guess if there was a better build up, I
Yeah.
think like it would have a more lasting effect. But it just like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brian, you haven't said anything about the show, man. Your thoughts?
I kind of just wanted to end at this point. Not gonna lie.
Jeez. Okay.
well, yeah,
it's
one more
just-
season. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just it's lost its touch that it had like the first 2 seasons. It's like I
The-
was just looking forward to 1v1s and good ass food. Now it's like fucking
So you-
politics. I'm like, all right.
So you hate the villain too, then?
He's just useless, man. Honestly.
Same. Yeah, but well, they announced the 5th season, so I'm really hoping that they just avoid this stupid political bullshit. In
yeah.
this
Well, okay, like
goes
it was
away.
always meant to have 26 episodes, so they basically just announced like,
Oh.
hey, we're splitting it,
Oh, okay.
into like
Gotcha.
fall and spring.
Do you guys think that the
that's like
second? Okay,
Well,
I'm sorry, go
I'm
ahead.
just that's basically how like a lot of shows are. It's like because these animators are so overworked, that, like they
Yeah.
can't just do like back to back anymore. They have to take the break just so they can like finish up like the second part.
Yeah,
JC staff overworked. Good one.
Dude, they need to work on Danmachi
Just a hater,
season
man.
3, bro. Jeez, relax.
Oh god, I don't even want to see Danmachi season 3. It's gonna be so painful.
All right, I'll let you know how it
So-
goes then.
So
And
season
they'll-
5.
they'll show us more of that sniper chick that we all know and love.
Hell yeah. So season 5, do you guys think it's gonna be a continuation of this arc, or do you think it's gonna be like its own?
No,
Final arc.
it's gotta be its own thing. We've got to be
Okay,
done.
God.
If they continue with this arc, I'm gonna be so pissed.
Same.
Like what else is
Yeah.
there after you literally just like because they
Beat
were
her dad.
rushing so hard to finish this. That's why they did the team Shokugeki.
Yeah.
Like everything was yeah, you could tell everything was like being done just so they can wrap this up in this season.
Yeah.
Well, it's not really they're still in their first year, right? So maybe it's the
First year
final
still,
semester of their first year, I guess, and then transitioning over to their second year. Maybe that's where it ends.
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know, man. They rushed so much in the first their first year that they could have easily made this longer. Like they didn't have to rush everything like they did.
Right.
Unless it was like something with Shonen Jump that they're like, you're gonna need to be done by this point.
Right. So,
I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe like it was losing popularity with like the readers, and yeah, the author probably felt like he had to do something to like make it more dramatic.
Too many foodgasms. Nobody cared anymore.
Yeah, that sounds about right for me.
Which is, well, I mean, it's weird because this has a lot of ecchi, and you would assume like anything ecchi and Jump just like would be safe.
Would be fine. Yeah.
No, it's like comparing sex with cake, right? Eventually, when you have cake enough, you kind of get sick of cake and you want something else. So
I don't know, man. Like
I don't know, man. I love
Total
cake.
like ran on for Shonen Jump for a long time.
Ice cream cake. Oh,
Yeah, you can only have cake for so long before you get bored of it. Say you want cupcakes now or something else. Donuts. Maybe you're into donuts now. Who knows? But if you keep doing the same thing over and over and over again, eventually it's just gonna get boring and
I
die
felt
out.
like that's what Tolaru did, and it ran on like forever.
But is it as popular though as before? Probably not.
I have no idea.
And
I've never
was it
watched it.
was like Nisekoi wasn't etchy, but like that shit dragged so much when it's just like the same thing over and over too.
No, never saw it.
I saw like the first couple of episodes, but I didn't really care much for it.
Yeah, I'm done with the show, man.
I just hope that
I just want this arc to be over.
And Souma gets together, not Erina and Souma, which I know they're trying to like make it happen, but
poor Megumin. Megumin rip.
She deserves.
It's never gonna happen, Stren.
I know, dude. I know. You don't have to tell me. Fucking Peter was right.
Right, so that's gonna be it for Shokugeki no Soma. We'll have hopefully one more episode for the season, and then we'll take a break from it. So, and then we're gonna move on to Kemono Michi Rise Up.
Final episode.
And it's over to Stren. Was this the final episode?
It was the final episode. I didn't like it as much as Stretton did, apparently. So we'll let Stretton do it.
Dude, okay. Well, I don't know if I liked the episode that much, but I thought just the scenes that they showed of Mo, it was so funny. When they first showed him, like he was just like losing his mind. He just goes into a zoo and he just starts punching out all the animals.
Mm-hmm.
I thought like, damn, dude, this guy's badass. He basically just shows him like jump into a zoo, and also like the lions, tigers, and whatever. They're like, what the fuck is up with this guy? And then they just showed like all the animals were just knocked out from this guy.
This guy seriously has issues, bro.
Dude, he does, man. That's some PTSD shit.
And they didn't show or explain why he was so afraid of animals, right? He just apparently has it.
He's just afraid of them. Yeah, right. I think he's afraid of animals because of Genzo. Yeah, because of Genzo. I think because he got beaten down so much by Genzo, like he's just terrified of animals.
Yeah, I guess I can kind of see that. But why is it? I wish I would kind of give more of a backstory to it though, because in the beginning or when they first showcased Mao, the only thing that you can see was there was a purple dog that kind of looked like Hayuki followed him around, and he was always scared of it. So he didn't know if it was just dogs or animals in general. But apparently, it was just small, cute animals that he was afraid of. And then
are we sure? Is that why he went to the zoo and started punching out lions and elephants?
Yeah, because he went to this dude legit went to like a petting zoo or whatever, and when it was time to like pet the little farm animals, cutie animals that came out, he just couldn't deal with it. So this dude legit ran into a closed-off area that had like lions, bears, and other dangerous animals, and he just like beat the crap out of all of them. And then like that made no sense whatsoever. Like, why are you so afraid of cute little animals? It makes no sense. So
PTSD, dude.
I guess, but it didn't really make sense. Like Mao, like I think he's a pretty funny character.
I love Mao.
But yeah, this it felt so generic, and it felt
really
it felt so generic because it didn't really do anything, right? You know how last week we were talking about how are they going to close it out? There's still so much left open. There's so much they can play with. How are they going to close this out? And to me, I feel like they didn't even close it out.
Oh, dude, the fight itself was very generic, but I thought like the route to it, like where his like backstory, where he was just like terrified of animals. I don't know.
Right.
I just thought it was hilarious.
Yeah, but that was like the saving grace of the episode. That was the only thing we really cared about because now apparently Mao is stuck there too, and he's gonna explore the world or whatever and train to get better and beat Genzo.
Yeah,
but there was really no closure to this anime series. They're not going to fight the Demon Lord. There was no new characters introduced.
Yeah, well, in a sense, it closed the arc with Mao, right? But they didn't mention the other Demon Lord, so I assume this is probably a one-off. Like, I don't think this is going to be getting another season. I think this is going to be like if you want to know the rest of the story, you're going to have to read the manga. Yeah. I don't think it's going to continue. If it not even hinted, but if it actually mentioned the other Demon Lord, or even kind of like showed it a little bit, like I think like okay, maybe there's a chance, but like them just kind of completely closing that off,
right?
And just ending it as it did with Mao, kind of just walking off, and just I assume is he going to train? Then I think this is it for the anime.
Yeah,
which is it's fine. A lot of their like again, they kept showing kind of like the same things where like it shows that girl bringing in the trophy into the shop to sell for more money.
Because they're broke.
Same thing where they get like this giant thing of what looks like money, but because of all the damage that happened and then people's drinking and eating, like she got like 50 cents.
Yeah.
Or something. Like it's like the same thing's kind of over and over. So I think I'm okay with the show ending. Like I was at that point just kind of burned out and tired, but I mean I still enjoyed it. I mean, on anime list, I give it a 7 out of 10, which is for me. It's like for me, like a 7 was like the show did what it was supposed to, but it's not like one of those where I'm gonna really remember it or I'm not gonna go back to it. Where it was just it did its job.
Really, I would have given it like a 5 or 6 out of 10.
Jesus, honestly. Actually, hold on. What is a 5 on anime list? I don't know. It's like I think a 7 is even. 7 is good.
Considered bad, right?
7 is good. 6 is fine. 5 is average.
Well, the thing is, like, when you rate stuff, like, everyone's so afraid to go below a 7. So, like...
Yeah.
Well,
but with Ku here, I give you the straight blunt reviews. All right? You get the truth.
I have a whole different rating system. So mine is very it's a lot higher and biased. So.
Right. So let's do that, right? So it's the end of the series, 12 episodes. In all honesty, I would give it a 5 or 6 out of a 10 because in the beginning it was great. It had something going for itself.
Yep.
And after that, it just took like a nosedive, and it slowly started coming back up. And like I know that maybe it wasn't that popular, so they're not going to make a season 2.
Yeah.
But they could at least close it out in a better way that made me feel more satisfied with watching it. But right now, I feel like I got cheated out of a series. Like they had so much potential, they could have done so much more, and they just it was a flop for me. I feel. Yeah. But it was still enjoyable.
I got you.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't watch the series, but like that's the thing of a lot of these like these series that like at least they tried. Like it might have not been done well. Like the execution might not have been done well, but I feel like we always gotta have these series that like tries to do like at least something. Like you know it's like high, so like that's always a cap out. But like we always I feel like we always gotta appreciate like at least when like the decent shows like.
Yeah. No, I mean, I thought it was fine, but like how, also Ku said before, and how I said before, like it's not one of those where I'm gonna go back to and say like, damn, that show was good,
right?
But I also like don't hate it enough where I thought like it was an isekai, it did its job, and it's kind of like what I expected, or not expected, but it's like average.
So, maybe if it set the bar so high in the beginning, maybe.
Well, it's also like the creator of Konosuba, so that bar is already fairly high up there.
But even then, I wouldn't have made it like do a direct comparison to Konosuba. It was just the first 2 episodes.
It's his writing. It's his writing then I guess like or his just his story in general. But I'm sorry, continue.
Oh no, you're fine. I was just saying that I wouldn't have made a direct comparison. I always want to give everything like their own shots. Like I mentioned, I want to give each anime series like at least 4 episodes.
Right.
Kind of give my my verdict on it. But that's the thing. They had such a good setup in the beginning, and I was expecting so much from it, and they just totally ruined that for me. So I think with that, I that's why I'm so unsatisfied with it. And then I really wish I have a big thing for closures. I really wish they would have closed out the series better. Just leaving it completely wide open like that. I didn't like that at all. I felt like I deserved better as an ending.
Oh, dude, that was expected. I'm sure like David like knows from as well from like.
I'll just say like that's just expected of anime in general. That's because it's the stupid like 12 episode like basically like format that like.
Yeah, but even other ones, it was like somewhat more satisfying. But this one just made me feel like disgusting. That's like that's
Jesus.
That's it. What's like at least like have I don't know, just something else. Just please have Genzo team up with Mao now, and then like maybe
I was
have
kind of expecting that too.
Right.
Yeah.
Not I'm gonna go training in the world and then come back later to do more pro wrestling with you because I realize I love it so much. Like shit, that's why you're pro wrestling to begin with.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I liked it, but I felt cheated.
Yeah. No. Okay. Well, I'm done. I think when we do our review, we don't have to talk about the show.
No,
I think we kind of got it down here, so we'll just.
I just want to say
we will end the show here.
I just want to just yeah, that's just the biggest problem of anime. It's like they have to follow the 12 or like 26 episode format, so
Yeah.
it's hard. Like I guess you can always like make like a anime original ending too, but like
Yeah. And then the manga
at least
reader.
like when something like a manga, like when it like it doesn't feel like as you don't get that as often because a lot of times they get to like you well actually some mangas even like there's still a lot of mangas that don't get to end properly, but
Mhm.
at least like like you can't like predict like that. You don't have to worry about it ending like with anime,
Right.
like because there's usually a higher chance of like a mangas and light novels like actually like at least trying to get what they're what like the main part over with before it ends.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, or if anything, like leave the viewer wanting more, right? Like even if you're not going to get a second season or so,
Or bait them into reading the manga.
right? Or bait them, like
Yeah.
make me want to get more involved in your work, not just leave it like
Yeah.
that and like, oh, just forget about it and I never want to see or touch this thing again.
But when you bait them though at the end of the anime, then it doesn't feel like the anime wrapped up, and then people complain about that as well.
No, but I feel like that's fine because that means that you did your job, right? It's entertaining. People actually like it. They want more, but you're just not giving it to them.
Yeah. That's
I
true.
feel like that's a better feeling to have than, oh, this thing sucks. I'm so glad it.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, I see it.
But again, that's just my opinion. So maybe others feel different.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm done.
Yeah, same.
Alright. So that's gonna be it for Kemono Michi.
GG this show.
And then we're gonna move over to ORESUKI.
David, go for it.
I don't know what you want me to do, but like
I don't know either.
but basically like I just want to say I fucking called it when Yasuo comes back. I knew that was not the last time we were gonna see him. Like
Yeah.
just to have him, like randomly introduced and then just to go away. Like I knew he was coming back, so
Yeah, same thing with the
I didn't realize the other two girls were coming back too though. I didn't.
Oh, I mean, I knew they were coming back.
When you don't have brown, if you have a different color hair than brown, you're coming back.
Yeah, I
Yeah, for
guess.
sure.
Yeah.
So-
I just didn't know like where they fit in those. I didn't realize they were related to Yasuo. So
Well, the thing was, I was kind of
Yeah,
hoping that
yeah.
Yasuo was going to be like a brother or maybe an ex-boyfriend of Pansy, but turns out,
Dude, I thought
they
he was
all went
gonna
to
be
the
the
same middle
brother.
school. Right.
Yeah.
So that was kind of a weird twist, but
Yeah.
I feel like this episode was actually executed pretty well. I
Really?
was kind of hoping it would be more than just 2 episodes because the next episode is the last one. But I like the beginning of this arc better than the other 2 that happened.
I can agree to that. I definitely think Yasuo would have been a way better character if he was the how they're making him like basically like unbelievably nice. I
Right.
think it would have been way better if they made him like just an asshole in a sense. But
I mean that's the whole point of his character is that like he does like he's supposed to be like the typical like nice guy that like basically he doesn't understand other people's feelings, so that's why Pansy was so like that's why Pansy was trying to hide from him.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it's like it's hard. It's like that real life situation where where it's hard to turn down something like that because then you feel like the asshole like turning them away because they did everything for you even though you didn't never want it.
yeah,
Right.
I
And to
guess.
me, that feels like it's actually the best last villain or last conflict because he's not really a villain. He's the demon, but not because of him necessarily. It's because others pansies make him feel that way. Right? Like he's actually like a better MC because throughout this whole show or this whole episode, whenever Joro would try to do something, like Yasuo just completely outshines him in every
Well,
aspect.
he's supposed to represent he's supposed to represent like the actual like harem main characters, like
Right.
like the ones who are like because they're always super nice and like they always do stuff for the girls, and then all the girls like fall in love with him.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas like Joro, like he actually says, I mean, or at least in the beginning, like he was saying he just wants like he's doing it just to get a girlfriend.
Right.
And, like,
But he's more realistic. This guy is unrealistic, and I can kind of see where Pansy is coming from with this. Like this guy is just he's unrealistically nice, and because of how much of a nice guy he is actually a bad thing. So in a
Well,
sense,
that-
it kind of
and like that plus like he it's just weird. It's weird how the two other girls that are in love with him like are trying to support him so much. Like that's just I don't know, that's just really weird to me. I
Right,
don't
but
know,
that's
like,
due to Yasuo's like kindness ability in a sense. I guess
well,
that's what you want to call it.
That's a bit of bullshit.
because like that's what happens in other harems. It's like
Uh-huh.
it's like it's usually the childhood friend that like, admits defeat and like that wishes like the guy she loves happiness, but it's just I don't know, it felt weird in this episode to me. Like it just felt so unnatural.
So
Like
does it make you think about how maybe this guy is just trying to call other harem animes like why do you guys think this is okay or normal when this is actually hurting people? Like I wonder if he's actually making fun of the other just like
no,
harems
that's
in
exactly
general.
why I think that's the whole reason for like this character is like the author is trying to like make fun of other like
Yeah.
yeah. It's
And Drew's
it's
like this feels off. It doesn't
it's
feel
like
right.
it's like a common thing, like common like not parody, but it's a common thing to make fun of like when
Mhm.
you these kind of things. Because kind of like Sai Kano, like they do that thing too, where they make fun of the tropes. So
Mhm.
this is just the author trying to make fun of the tropes, even though like the author himself like does a lot of it himself. So he's like the wrong person to call it out.
Right.
Yeah, I think he's kind of like I think he executed it kind of bad too because like going back to the beginning of the show, like where they had like Pansy seem like a genius and this guy had like where he just wanted a girlfriend, and now like a Joro has like I don't know how many girls are like like this guy,
Mhm.
and then Pansy basically just seems like just a mess. Like she has absolutely no plan. She's just like scared and just like a typical
Typical what
girl,
trend?
typical girl in a rom com.
Mhm. Okay.
Where like I don't know, where there's just nothing really special about her. There's nothing really special about Joro, and it's just kind of like falling back into just a normal rom
So
com.
okay, this one I think I will blame the anime studio because I think they probably explained it more in the light novel.
Okay,
I think this is because just because like I read the manga, the first arc, where like I felt like it was better paced in the manga. So
Uh-huh.
I have a feeling that the same thing's happening here, where it was better paced in like the light novel, where they actually explain more of like what's happening.
Yeah.
gotcha.
So
And then also like I mentioned earlier, I think this episode is just like better executed just because it was funnier. It brought back some old jokes. Joro's breaking the fourth wall again.
Yeah.
At the very beginning.
Do you think it was only better because the last few episodes were so bad that it just seemed better?
Possibly. It was It was a refreshing
it was fresh.
episode.
I mean, that's why
Okay,
that's why I like the last episode, even though it was more filler. It
Mhm.
felt like
Yeah.
it had more of the comedy of the first arc.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
Yeah, it did.
Like especially in the very beginning when Pansy was walking up to Joro, and then she was trying to coerce him into admitting that he likes her or something, and then they end up doing this thing called the confusion dance or whatever, and then it turns out it was just
Oh, God.
the other girl playing Cupid, telling her what to do and what to say. Like I thought
Yeah.
that was pretty funny, and then later on they broke the fourth wall with the whole oh yeah that's right episode 2 they mentioned this da 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 da
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
called by the way, but
Yeah, I wasn't expecting them to bust out Pansy's picture again. I thought that was a one-time thing, a one-time filler episode, and I did not expect them to reference that girl again, even though it was brief.
dude she's hot man. You gotta bust it out again.
Really, you think so?
I think she's pretty hot, but
I don't know, man. Okay.
didn't you have a thing for girls with long black hair?
My favorite girl in the show was actually the girl with like that turned her hair black and then with red eyes. She was originally like
you know she
seemed
didn't
like a
do
bitch.
anything this whole time.
Dude, I don't care, man. She's my favorite. I don't know why. I can't.
But
explain
why?
why.
That's
Is it because of the black hair?
That's a dumb
also-
thing too. It's like they're saying like her hair is dyed red. It's like okay, because blue and pink is like a natural color, but not red. We can't have you redhead. That's an unnatural color.
But I also like the student president. It's probably a different word, or she's probably not that. I keep saying that though.
Student council president. You know you're right.
That one, yeah.
Seito Kaicho. But no, that's just like that's like the one thing that's just a dumb detail. That's just like red is the only unnatural color where everyone else is like has these other colors for their hair.
Red is best. Red is best, man.
No one's got call out Cosmos for pink hair or the journalist for blue hair.
Bro, it's normal. Don't worry
That's
about
normal Japan.
Or
Yeah.
even like childhood friend. She has the kind of like a reddish hair color too.
No,
or-
hers is brownish. It seems more natural. Like brownish.
But no, you can't. No, it's just that you can't have red hair. You gotta dye that back to black.
What do you mean?
Mhm.
I would have been fine with red hair too.
Uh-huh.
Ku, don't act like you're not okay with it.
No, I'm okay with it. Sure.
Mhm.
But that's just a dumb detail. So you don't
Oh.
need to worry about that too much. But
Yeah.
so I was just gotta say, like the last part of the episode where because Pansy is talking to a guy in like the baseball uniform. I didn't know who that was, and Ku was
Yeah,
saying
maybe
that's
that's
Isn't that Sun?
Sun-chan.
Yeah,
Yeah, I thought that was
Okay.
Sunshine.
I had no, I don't know, like because they're like,
because
was
it was weird too because he even like had this evil smirk or something, and he mentioned something like it was about to go down. Like it's finally his turn to do something or his turn to get back at Joro. So
is that just a bait? Like, are they gonna turn around
probably
and say,
it's probably a
"Oh,
bait.
I was helping Joro this whole time, not actually evil"?
Yeah, I actually love you, and I was waiting for this final moment to get with you.
I
blah,
still
blah,
like
blah.
hate Sun. Like, just that's how he
Yeah.
acted in the first arc.
Yeah, it's kind of weird how he did all that in the very first arc, and then they're suddenly okay now.
Just such a
kinda
super
makes sense
fast
too.
turnaround,
Right.
And Joro still forgave him, even though he's such a douche to this guy who thought he was his best friend.
Yeah, I'm pretty sick of Sunshine too. Like this guy's trash.
Like,
Yeah, he's kind of useless to be honest.
what?
Dude, he's trash, dude.
Not
He's
useless.
not
Just
even
like Joro, he was like he thought he was his best friend, and you just like
Yeah.
shat all over him
Yep,
Mhm.
basically.
just because you were just fucking jealous. Like you literally put holes over bros, man.
Dude, he was jealous over one fucking girl, and Sunshine has like all of them.
Yeah.
So it's just fucking stupid.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't know. Like I said, there's always gotta be that one guy that we talk shit on or we shit on. So I guess it's fine
No,
if it's him.
no, you don't have to. That if you have good writing, you could have all the characters likable.
No.
But these like light novel authors, like they can't like, I don't know. They always have to dumb down themselves just to like sell the audience.
No, I feel like there's always gotta be the one guy you hate. There's gotta be.
No,
I don't know, there's a lot of people I hate in the show.
but like he's okay. Like he's like the best friend, so like he's not even like a villain. So like he shouldn't be someone you hate.
He might as well be a villain, man.
Dude,
Yeah.
best friends are usually the one villain you never expect.
No, I hate that trope. Like,
But it's
because
a thing though, right?
because like in like rom-coms, they're always like they either useless or like they're like the person who's like way better than the main character and should actually be the main character in the show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that one. It's a nice change, I guess, for this.
I don't know, man. This is another show like I'm just done with. This season has just been like I had like everything was like going so well, and then everything's just plummeting. I'm like, oh god, just move on to the next season, please.
This is why this would be on one of my top 5's most disappointed anime series for the year.
Yeah. Hopefully, we'll have a week where we talk about our.
I mean, I never had
and
expectations
it's
anyways. So
I did, David. I did.
Oh,
With
too
that
bad for
start,
you.
I had very high. I had
Too-
very. Yeah, I don't know. Dude,
too
that
bad
beginning.
for you.
That beginning with that character, like where Joro seems like one of the best characters ever.
Yeah.
Deku's voice, dude, it started off so well.
I mean, when I was reading the manga,
so
like
fun.
I already knew this. I
No, you got to get your manga reading ass out of here and just focus.
Yeah.
I thought it was
strictly on
dumb.
anime.
Like even the first arc was just dumb.
This is why you don't read mangas or light novels anymore because they just ruin the anime for you.
No,
Yeah,
no,
dude, first
no.
arc in the anime was just solid. So.
It was solid stuff, man. Solid. That's why I said this is why it's one of the most disappointing ones of the seasons because like Kemono Michi, they did great with the execution in the beginning. Everything was written well. I think the characters are really likable. Everyone had like something about them that made them stand out. And after that, they just kind of threw it all down the drain and just made everyone generic.
I forgot about it.
Yeah. So, I mean, like I said, it was nice in the beginning, but just big disappointment. Big disappointment.
All right, is that gonna be it for?
Yeah,
for-
I'm done, man. I'm done with the show.
You got one more episode, Stren.
There's one more episode, man.
I know. I think I can make it.
Oh no,
I'll try my best.
you gotta torture yourself by watching anime. Must be a hard life.
Dude,
It is.
no
First
idea,
world
man.
problems.
Yeah, basically going to school, working full time, bro. It's brutal.
Fuck you, Stren. All
Oh.
right, we're definitely ended there for now. I want to thank my panel for joining me on this week, and then I want to thank the listeners too for listening to this week's episode. We got one more episode left in the season, so hopefully
We can make it, guys.
hopefully we end strong and then have a smooth transition on to the winter season.
That's what she said.
It's gonna be a whole. It's gonna be completely different, and it won't be like Sora at all.
Yep. So just wanna. So we're at Anime for now. So we'll see you later next week. Thanks everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.